Okay, we're just gonna get into it on this one. It's a special edition, even though it's happening at the exact same time as normal for us. It's a special edition of A Conversation with Judy and Ryan. It is what I have deemed as your Drizzle King.
God.
I have deemed today to be Judy's nightmare. Why? Because we are going to be watching the entire first round of the draft. But not only will we be doing that, because she actually likes football. So to make sure that it's her nightmare, we are watching one Patrick McAfee and his Draftacular special, because Judy hates her some Pat McAfee.
Yes, I do. If y'all remember from few months ago, he gives me the ick.
Well, if you guys don't remember, Judy went to her in-laws' house and she watched the national championship, but for whatever reason, her father-in-law didn't put the game on. He put Patrick McAfee's show watching the game on. I don't know if he did that on purpose or what, but she sat through the entire college football national championship game, watching it with Patrick McAfee and his entire crew. And it really gave her the ick. I'm here for it.
The biggest ick.
So
and now, what?
No, go ahead. And now,
and now we're gonna continue watching more icks. So I love that for me.
See, this is like you say potato and I say potato, because you say ick and I say get your popcorn. But
should have made some popcorn.
Real quick before, you can do that if you want to. We're gonna be here. The first round of the draft goes for 2 to 3 hours, so we're gonna be here for a minute.
Damn, so I didn't realize it was that long.
you didn't realize it was 2 hours minimum? Oh God!
It makes sense.
I like how you just signed up for this. You're like, yeah, whatever, let's do it. How the fuck long is it?
I really did. Yeah.
So yeah, if you wanna get a snack, or I got my snacks, I got my all my stuff ready. So if you need to get up at any point, feel free. We're all just gonna experience the draft together. Before we start actually watching the draft, it's about to get started. We're about literally a minute away from the actual Bears being on the clock. In case you were curious, Bill Belichick is on the draft cast with Pat and his crew, and Judy gave me a look like, what?
Yeah, why is he even here?
And if you've been paying attention, I'm going to say this quick in case the Bears do one of those things where they just immediately, the pick is in. But if you've been paying attention over the past couple months in the sports media, the Patriots and Robert Kraft specifically have been slandering this man all over the place, saying that he'll just tell you whatever you need to hear to get in the building, that really Tom was responsible for most of the, the success rather than, the combination of the two, that the Kraft should be getting more of the, God, my brain is already fried. More of the credit. So that's been happening in the news. I think this is step one of Bill Belichick's redemption tour, right? Because if he had a job right now, I don't think he would be caring as much. But since he's sitting out, I think he's kind of feeling like his agent told him, you need to get out in front of this. You got to let people know what's going on.
Right. So makes sense. Yeah.
You got to let them see that you're not a crotchety son of a bitch. Okay.
That you're actually a good human.
Yeah. All right. So we're going to go to the draft now. Unsurprisingly, although kind of surprisingly, it is going to show Bill Belichick talking about Tom Brady.
Oh.
Same thing.
What a
Play action,
surprise.
feet are
let's
set.
talk about
Goes to the
Manning.
other side. You see him shift his feet around, deliver the ball right on the money. That's what a good quarterback does. It's a good job right here by Brady, getting his eyes down.
Good job.
Steps up in the pocket, not looking to run, looking to find a receiver first, then run if he has to.
Maybe he wants a
Puts the
job
ball
as
right
a
on
play-by-play
Gronkowski.
guy.
1,000-yard rusher, people forget.
Maybe,
Yep.
maybe he's going
No,
after
same thing,
that
Manning
job,
here.
and this
Steps
is
up,
like his
2 hands
audition.
on the
Maybe
ball,
I got
good
it
ball
wrong.
security, really good ball security.
Like maybe, you know, he's like, you know what? I'm just going to go into TV
Touchdown.
like
We won this
everybody
game, though.
else.
Yeah, we did. War of 1812.
Have they done like
Ball
2
screen.
hands on
any
the ball. 2
I
hands
just
on the ball.
remember, you know,
Eyes
during
downfield,
like the draft they
slide,
always
reset
do
his feet.
like these sad
Touchdown.
sob stories of like every draft pick.
Dog.
You know, it's an example of Caleb
I don't
Williams here.
think
You know, it's a missed opportunity.
Hold on, I'm sorry. I'm trying
Wide
to get
open,
this
poor
fixed.
mechanics, delivers the ball kind of his feet sideways.
Also, can you hear me fine?
He's got to work on this.
Is it
These are the
like
kind of things
over
that these guys
I feel
gotta
like I'm
improve on
yelling
to be the
over
player that they're
myself just so
capable
I
of.
don't know if you can hear
Daniels,
me.
I'm
You know,
used
this is a
to
play at
just
the end of the game
yelling
against
on the
Missouri.
show.
I don't
Gets the
yell
ball
like
stripped
you.
here with a minute to go in the game. Almost cost him the game.
Let's do
There's nothing more important than
this.
ball security in the National Football League. You know, McCarthy, generally mechanics are pretty good, but they could
there
definitely
you
be
go.
better here. He's got
There.
Okay.
That's a
relatively
good
easy
level,
throw,
right?
and
That's pretty
puts it
good.
out of bounds.
All right.
Yeah, that's pretty
Also,
good.
you
Drake
do
May,
yell at me.
His footwork needs a lot of
No,
work.
I
You can see
don't.
here, he's just all over the place.
Sometimes
Never
you be
resets his
yelling.
feet, never really gets in
I
position.
yelled out no.
Gets strip sacked. Too much
Drake,
hopping
come on.
around.
No.
Step up and throw. Penix,
Okay, that was
good example here. Just where he needs to hit the open man.
Don't get
He's
it
got,
wrong.
you know, here's
I
a
know
check
that
down to
technically the draft
backfield. He's got
it
some
hasn't really
pressure.
started
Just give it
yet,
to him.
even though it started.
But he
But I
extends the
love
play,
how
runs around.
I
running back gets
absolutely
killed
love
for a
how
2-yard gain.
we have
So,
already
these guys
stopped
are all
caring
really
about
talented,
anything
but
going on the
things they need to work
TV.
on. And when you look at Manning,
like
Brady,
okay, it's just Bill Belichick talking. I like his
I
little
You
pink
see a gap between where these kids
tie
are
there though.
and where they need to
The
go.
pink and the blue
I
looks good on him.
I thought you were going to
But
say the
Peyton,
little
Tom,
pocket square or
Patrick Mahomes'
handkerchief, I
first
guess
year,
is what this
vastly
one would
different
be.
than when they
Handkerchief,
become the fully shaped product.
Right?
And I think
But
Looks
no,
good.
I'm with you. The pink and the navy, I'm with it.
Is like,
Yeah.
they're
Who
they all
else is
could be
part
good
of this
players. And I
crew?
don't think that's the normal outlook. Like, yeah,
So,
they all could be good,
everyone
they all have talent.
else,
It's like everybody's got to get better.
I
at a
don't
lot
know
of
who the
shit,
black
right?
guy
And that's
is.
kind of the story
And then
of
next to him is
They
AJ
got a lot of work
Hawk.
to do. They all
Right,
need
yeah, I know him.
consistency.
And then the guy next to him is one of his producers that pretends to be a Mel Kiper knockoff.
That makes them the championship quarterbacks.
And then
that everybody's
next to
looking
him,
for
I
in this
think
league.
is another. I don't know. I haven't watched. I haven't
Williams has been
actually
the number
watched
one
Pat
overall pick for, like, 2
McAfee
years now, Matt
like
Bell?
give or
in a
take,
very long time.
Since I first
Okay.
stepped on the field at Oklahoma, we said this is going to be a guy.
Oh
This
yeah,
is
yeah.
gonna be
Those are his two
generational talent. And, yeah,
producers
not really
slash
much
their
changed
on-air
from when
talent. Like I don't know
and
exactly what they
obviously,
do.
you know,
I
nice
can't
little
wait for
player. Yeah,
any
he's been a
comments
guy
on this
for
one.
several years now.
Well,
We just
these
pointed
guys
to
work
things that
so
obviously
hard.
they
You
gotta
didn't
work on.
know
All these guys
anything
could be first
about
round
them.
quarterbacks.
God.
Yeah.
Being talked about as 6 in the first round.
Well, I
Why
think
is
with
this
May,
called
you have
his
two guys
draft
who are really
spectacular?
talented. As Mel said,
Because
you know,
that-
Caleb had
because
a good
that's
year
what
a
it
year
is.
ago
It's
when
a
he won the
special.
Heisman
It's-
Trophy.
he
Not
doesn't-
as good this year.
It's
Dre was
Spectacular.
the
Well,
player of
because
the
this
year
is not
2
when
years
his
ago.
show would normally
Had less of the
be,
year this
right?
year.
Oh,
Because
okay.
he does
okay.
his show in the
Young,
middle of the
need a lot of
day, so this
development.
is
You
an
look at
extra
Penix,
bonus
you know, he's
that
had a
he
whole
does.
career in Indiana
And,
then
I mean,
Washington. Bo Nix,
It's kind of
Auburn,
lame
and
now that he's with
Oregon.
ESPN because they're just doing the ESPN stuff, right?
You
Where
know, Arizona
talking
State, he
heads
went
at
back
a
to school, had a
desk,
great year this year,
giving
won a-
Right.
fair enough
So
content,
those
but you know,
guys that
kind of
have had a
boring.
full career,
When
McCarthy,
when it
coming out
was
a little bit
him,
early, but he had the year in
I
prep
felt
school.
like they
those guys
did
had,
a lot
you know,
more
full
outlandish
college
stuff, like the
careers.
Mel
I think they're
Kiper
just
guy
ahead of these kids
specifically.
who
And I
have
get
a
it.
lot
I
of talent,
just
but they
talked
really
to.
need
I
a
just
couple
called him
more
a
years.
talking
They're not
head.
gonna get it in
But
college, they're gonna get it in the NFL.
specifically, he
The
did
upside
like when
conversation,
they
right, which is, scout
drafted.
versus coach
I
discussion on
want to
who's
say
getting
when they
drafted when and
drafted Jordan
yeah, I mean, you
Love.
always want talent, but at
He
that position, you've
basically
gotta have
told the people of
decision-making,
Green Bay to
accuracy,
go to
and
Gutekunst's
ultimately a lot of
house
mental toughness.
quarterback
and
going
threaten
into
his
New
life.
Huge. How important is the veteran
Oh my
backup
God.
So
as far as
Okay, so they were a little more unhinged, as you mentioned, and
yeah, now
but now
I
it's
think you look at players like
more
Tom,
vanilla.
like Mahomes,
well, I'm gonna assume it's more vanilla
Jordan
because
Love
it's
and Green Bay,
ESPN.
guys that have
I
sat for a
definitely
couple
know
years
that the
and didn't get
setup
an
for it
opportunity to play,
is
are
more
probably a little bit
vanilla,
more ready ready to play. The
since
problem is with the
they
salary cap
went to
situation now,
Detroit for this, probably because
Right.
Pat had to do a
Guys
whole bunch of
early,
other
you
stuff with
really gotta play
ESPN,
'em. I
so they
mean,
had to
Yeah.
shoot it
you're
out
just
there
down to,
rather than
only
doing
having
it
a
in
year or
their
two with a player
awesome
that you spent a high pick
studio,
on.
which
So,
I'm pretty sure it's awesome
it's a
still.
little bit
I don't know.
Yeah, it's good to have a veteran quarterback for sure.
Yeah,
Always
but
good
like
to
I
have a
said, the
veteran
setup
quarterback
for
in that
this
room.
one is
Tom was
just,
a great
it's
mentor
so
in the room. Yeah, successful guys,
ESPN.
and Jacoby's
Like,
back.
that's
Yeah.
probably,
Jimmy G.
that's where they did First Take. That's where they did Get Up. That's where they did, pre-draft show. Every ESPN show has been at that desk today.
You got pretty good free agents.
God.
Not bad.
The crowd is booing.
Uh-oh, the crowd's booing.
Oh, we're booing already?
Of course.
Roger Goodell. Okay, they're booing Roger
Yep,
Goodell.
he's-
Oh, yeah, okay.
No,
They're
no,
booing,
of
yeah.
course.
I mean, that makes sense.
260,000
How do you
people.
feel
What are
about
you
Roger
doing?
Goodell?
What are you doing, folks? Great to have you.
I don't know. I'm indifferent about him. Like,
Right? I just feel like early in his tenure, early in his tenure, he was like, I'm going to make a statement and I'm going to change some stuff, right? And then over like the last 8 to 10 years, he's just been like, status quo. Just status quo.
Right.
Right?
Dak Prescott. There's a lot of quarterbacks that can be found.
Can we at least legalize weed?
Now, D-Butch, the wide
Come
receiver
on.
percentage of success rate. We found out this from Hembo.
who is doing? Oh, they probably have an AI generated caption. I was like, who is Dak Prescott?
Oh, God. Oh, yeah. Let me see if I can fix that, actually. There we go.
Situations in the first round.
Oh, okay.
Now no more YouTube captions.
AI generated caption.
I told you I like to watch video and have the captions on at the same time.
No, I
Stimulates
get
the
that.
brain.
Yeah, I mean, we watch everything with captions on. I just don't like watching it during live sporting things
Okay,
because it's so delayed.
It's either delayed or, like you said, with the AI, it's Zach Prescott. So for anyone who was wondering if this was our entire idea, no, we were supposed to have Ramon on.
Good beer.
Yeah.
Him and Roger were acting.
I texted him and
Typical Ramon fashion.
oh, hold on.
Oh,
Oh, there's
hey.
no audio.
There's Eminem. Woo! Real some shady.
Oh, here we go.
Let's go.
You might have to turn it up a little bit.
Oh, is that right?
Well,
Hey, Roger.
I can't
Oh.
because it's
No,
just-
because then they're
yeah.
talking over
Yeah.
him.
Pride of Detroit.
Here we go. It's
Oh.
better now.
Some surprise for you. And bringing out a
Is he
few
gonna
other
perform for
surprises
us?
For you. So,
Oh, we got Eminem on the stage. He's coming to the
Eminem
mic.
performing for us? Mom spaghetti?
you do a full set, you think?
That's that's trademarked, okay? He's got a restaurant.
He does have. I know.
All right, Em.
Audio guy right now is pissed. He's like, I can't with these levels. Eminem, stop screaming!
That kid? Is Foxy about to pop
Is
up?
that
Tell
it?
me, kid.
You gotta let's go. Like,
Jared Goff just showed up.
oh,
Why is
okay.
God? What?
Tower Fox
Oh,
taking
I forgot that he was the
Detroit.
quarterback for
ringing through
Detroit.
the streets of Detroit.
Yeah, I
I
swear
forgot
to
he
God,
played for
though,
them.
this whole thing, it's like Detroit has the first pick.
But they-
Even though they're doing all this celebrating and they're having all this fun, and then the Bears are gonna pick a guy who might be the next Patrick Mahomes,
There you go.
and they're in the same division.
Powder with cheetah.
Oh,
Wichita.
oh, Barry Sanders came out.
Aiden Hutchinson
That's
has a
cool.
billboard over our
Aw.
shoulder.
Yeah.
He, for the longest time, him and Megatron had a real issue with the Lions organization, so it's nice that they have,
This is crazy. I can't believe it.
I don't know
Before
who
we get
this
off the
is.
stage, I
Oh,
need
that's
to welcome
Amon-Ra St. Brown. It's gotta be.
Jared Goff. Jared Goff. Jared Goff.
I don't get this.
I don't.
This is why.
They're rooting for their QB.
This is why you don't go off script, okay? This is why you have when there's a section in the rundown that says banter. You don't give that to noobs, okay? You know the only person who should have been doing banter is Goodell, because he's done it for so long. He can get you in and out in a hot 15.
That's a Michigan man.
Yeah. How long has he been a commissioner for?
Aiden Hutchinson
I don't
has
know.
a
Hold
billboard
on, hold on.
literally right over. Oh, Barry Sanders. We gotta wait. Where's Bob?
What's up, Detroit? What's up, football fans? Thank you for showing the world how we do it here in Detroit. Great job, guys.
That's right, Barry.
All right, Bears.
Yeah, you go, Barry.
Barry. And then McAfee.
Oh my God! Since 2006, he's been the commissioner.
What up, though?
Oh, Megatron.
So you guys don't have a give-take chant? That's what I just heard, Foxy.
Not at all.
No, what up, though is supposed to be that give-take chant.
Roger Goodell just got his ass booed.
Stop hating him.
I just,
Like no other.
I don't know. Like, he probably thought that was going to be a good moment. You know who that reminds me of? That reminds me of that reporter with Caitlin Clark. He thought that was going to be a good moment. And then it was like, that's what you got for us? Okay, you're Megatron.
Yeah, it's good.
You ready to get the show on the road?
Absolutely.
Yeah, let's go do it.
All right, so I guess because Judy took it to heart what I said about not doing any kind of research for the draft. So I guess I'm going to have to become the impromptu draft expert since Ramon is not here and he hasn't texted me. Why is this my life?
So obviously,
right.
Detroit Legends are in abundance. I was talking about the Zane Hutchinson thing.
That's just so random why they were there.
He's on the side of this wall and
Well,
it
it's
says,
because it's in
"Where
Detroit.
dreams
That's the only
I know,
reason.
but they could have come on during when Detroit was gonna pick.
Right, well, they wanted, see, the issue with that, and this is why they did it for television reasons, is because they knew they had a specific, let's say, 2 minutes to do that for television. If it was during the draft itself, the Lions could technically put their pick in within the first 5 seconds, and then Jared Goff has barely made it to the stage yet at that point.
So it wasn't that Chicago sucked the most that they got the number 1 overall pick. They did that last year.
Yep.
This time it's Carolina.
Oh, wait, I just realized neither of us have to be the expert.
Chicago Bears have a chance
We're watching the experts.
We're watching experts.
They got fucking Bill Belichick on the screen. He's going to know way more than me. They got AJ Hawk. I don't know why he's still trying to pull that hair off, but God damn it if he's not.
Likely to use both of those?
Depends on who's there.
Wait, is it like a
Depends on who's there.
ponytail pulled
If you
back?
like
I
the guy
can't
and
tell.
You think he's gonna
No,
really help your football team,
or is it like-
let's say you take him.
I think it would be a mohawk that's just flattened down because of the gel and everything. Like, I think if he's actually styling it, it would style like a
I've been
mohawk.
there before.
Okay.
I'd love to trade out.
Okay.
Get on the phone. See if we can call somebody. See if we can generate some interest.
Did he just say he wanted to
Sometimes
trade
the
his
same board you
first
are
round
and saying,
pick?
Like, no.
You want them to call
trade
you,
up.
right? You want them to
Belichick
call
is
you.
notorious
Say,
for
hey,
trading
well,
his first
We'll
round
grab
pick.
and say, hey, will you take it? And
They would go because what he would
you
do
got no
is
traders,
he
you
would
gotta
trade
pick.
one
20
first round
years,
pick
that's
for,
how you
let's say,
Yeah,
a
you never
second, a
trade
third,
up in
and
the
a
draft,
fourth,
coach.
right?
Makes sense, yeah.
Having
95.
And the thing that we as regular people don't really consider, and this has changed over time, but there's not a huge difference between, let's say, pick 30 and pick 40, right?
Right,
So
okay.
even if, or let's say 30 and 60 even, right? So even if I don't now get the super high-end talent,
It's an interesting
now
process.
I'll
It can take
have
of
a
different
lot
forms.
better
But if you're trying
B
to move
plus or
Mid-range.
minus level
Yeah,
talent,
okay.
you know, and fill out the roster
Then
like
you
that.
just
That
shove
was
it
one
up
of the
the
things.
line.
That's why he
let's
was
say,
so
okay,
masterful
well,
at the
you know,
draft for
Depot
so
will
many
give you,
years. Because he just had
for your
so
third.
many
Yep.
picks built
All
up
right.
from always trading
Okay,
out
you're
of the
picking
first
one
round.
headed butt. Hey, we're going to give you 2 fourths for a third.
Yep.
You take it, you're out.
Yeah.
You don't take it, then I go to you. Hey, Mel, will you get it? Well, then I can keep going up and get 1 or 2 extra picks ahead of where you guys are. If you take
I didn't realize the Bears traded Justin Fields away.
Know whether or not you're going to take a certain guy.
Yep.
'cause
There was
To
some
Pittsburgh.
there was some concern that he might they might do a 2 quarterback room since they're taking Caleb.
We understand. You're
But
taking
no,
Caleb
they traded him to
Williams. Quit
Pittsburgh.
wasting
So
our fucking time.
now
Take it, let's
him
move on.
and
How quick
Danger
do you
Russ
know?
Wilson
It
going
depends.
head to head
It
in
depends. Again,
Pittsburgh,
if you know
trying to
you're
get
taking a
that
lot of
starting
time to
job.
Sit there and turn it in.
Your favorite.
Some teams kinda wanna make the
Mr.
whole time
Unlimited.
I'd say if
You want to
don't
be
want the guy, too
unlimited?
much conversation. It's when maybe there's 2 guys you like.
Oh my God! I know that probably no one's gonna
is it
comment
worth it to
on
get
this
the
show,
extra
but I
pick?
could
Do I need
still
extra
hear
picks?
stuff
Look at
like,
teams like
"Oh my
the
God, Bill Belichick's talking. Have
I don't
respect."
think they have a good place for them. You know, they already have their players. If there's one guy you like, take him. You don't need 2. You just need 1.
Oh,
When you think about the
no.
Chicago Bears, I said this on the game.
The one thing I will say
broadcast.
about watching
Obviously,
Bill
I don't
talk
say
this
many things that
eloquently
are
about
enlightening,
everything How, like, and we all knew it for sure, but how much of an asshole was he during all of those press conferences?
From the Commanders.
God, they're just like, really? It was good. Fine.
Right, he was like, what? Yeah.
Ball. Bye.
Caleb Williams is walking into a place with weapons, with a defense, with an offensive line, tough division. But
I will say I'm very excited for Caleb Williams. Did you say I should be?
No. I said tough decision.
You guys know, I mean,
I'm very excited. You should be.
You guys got to learn how to make the best.
But I'm very excited for
you got to learn how to compete against a better level.
Caleb Williams to be going to Chicago specifically.
There's no cakewalk in the NFL. I don't care what.
Because it is as close to a city like Pittsburgh in blue collar spirit, let's say,
it's a tough climb.
without actually being a small-ish city like Pittsburgh. I'm not saying Pittsburgh's small, but you know, it's like if we were talking about big cities, we talk about like New York, LA, Chicago, and then the next tier, your Las Vegas, your Pittsburghs, your
had picks 1, 2, 3,
Houstons,
and 4
right?
Because of the fact that the Texans traded out.
But I'm so happy that Caleb Williams is going to a blue-collar type city like Chicago, because this man has no issue painting his fingernails pink and having toenail polish. And oh my God, some people are going to have some real conversations, and I'm here for it. Anytime I can just sit and watch somebody else have some drama. I don't want to even talk about that person's drama. I just want to watch it.
Now, who is this QB and where is he from?
So Caleb Williams is a quarterback out of USC. Previous to that, he was at Oklahoma. The reason he transferred is because the coach actually transferred from Oklahoma to USC.
Lincoln Riley, makes sense.
Yes. 2 years ago, he won the Heisman.
AJ, not a lot of defenders getting drafted tonight.
And played pretty much perfect football.
You scared as a Packers?
And this year, I mean, I think he still had a really great season. Remember, I didn't watch much, so I think he still had a really great season, but obviously was not as good as last year. And I think just I don't want to say peaked too early, but he definitely got noticed too early. And so he had to have a perfect season again in order to win the Heisman this year. So as a result, it looks like he regressed, even though, like we're seeing in a minute, he's going to go number 1 overall,
and we have
right?
Sweet. Shout out to Nationwide.
The pick is in.
Uh-oh, pick's in.
Look at that thing.
I have something in my eye. Don't mind me.
Oh God, Nationwide. They have let Nationwide sponsor the picks now?
From Nationwide.
What?
Look, they gotta make extra more money.
Bro, I am so tired of everything being sponsored. We went to a baseball game last week, and the foul balls were sponsored by a realty company.
See?
No, not C.
I don't know what that means, but
like anytime a foul ball was hit, they would show this foul ball is brought to you by Liquid Realty. Get your house here. 1-800-Liquid.com. Oh, so annoying. Okay, who they gonna pick? I wonder.
Caleb Williams.
Oh!
California.
All right, roll the tape. Roll it. Oh wait, no, this isn't the actual draft.
No, they can't roll the tape.
Yeah, there's no tape to roll.
Oh, so that means we won't see like those sad sob stories.
But pretty matter of fact.
Well, we'll get to watch him walk out though.
People killed this guy basically saying, "Hey, we don't know about his character."
I don't know if I like the fit or not.
Wants to own an NFL team the day.
I don't like it.
So it's a
zipper's
suit.
weird.
It's a suit, but then instead of having buttons, it has a zipper. So the zipper and because he's walking so vigorously, the actual handle of the zipper is now pointed up because obviously he's excited. But then also in the area where the pocket square would be, it's patched in family of crosses. What I'm gonna call it. Well, maybe it is, but it looks like a family of crosses in which you got the big Papa cross at one point on the shoulder, and then Mommy cross is a little bit smaller next to it, and then
the little baby cross crosses?
He's got a lot
Yeah,
of
the little brother
emotions
cross and then
sometimes
baby
that
cross
helps him
right there, right?
sometimes,
And
not so much, but,
I'm
the
like I
kid's
said,
really
I'm
talented.
bless you.
I
I'm
think
not
if he can,
saying that it's a
get
bad look. I'm just
more
saying I
dependable,
don't
not
know
turn the
if
ball
I'm
over,
a fan of
be
the
more
fit.
dependable with his reads
I'm
and
fine with the
consistent
logo
and
even.
help
It's
teams.
just I don't even know if the
He's got a chance
design.
to
No,
really
I'm
play,
just saying I'm
obviously.
fine with the
Well, let's expand
crosses.
on that
I
a
just
little
don't
bit.
even know
Let's
if I
go
like the way the
Belichick's
crosses
big
are
breakdown.
designed. So
Yeah, I don't know
6'1",
either. It's
215
oh, we
pound
do
Caleb
get
Williams,
roll
number one pick out of
footage
USC
roll.
coach.
6'1",
All right, well, here we go.
220,
You can see how
215,
quick
225.
and accurate he is
Quick
with the
release
receiver. Just
and
puts it right
accurate.
on the money.
Okay, that's
Ooh.
2 for 1
Receiver to,
special.
have a catch and run here.
That's a
Okay,
combo
okay.
meal.
This is a third
Ooh,
down, 10 play.
dangerous play.
He doesn't have anything. He's under pressure. He just
Danger.
kind of chucks the ball out and it's flat. I don't really
Danger.
like this. These are the kind of plays that end up hurting him.
I'm just listening
Not
to
so
Bill.
much
He
on
just
that one,
sounds
but
like
here's another
he
example
just-
of his release.
he
Quick
sounds
release,
like
ball's
a
out of his
dad who's
hand.
watching his kid
Wow.
play
There it is.
football right now. He's like,
And
I
it's a
really
good
shouldn't
solid
make that
push to
play,
the
but I
NFL.
get it. He's
He
got
does.
some arm
Okay, so
talents.
here you see,
He's like, why are we showing this reel? He shouldn't do this.
route looks like he's changing the
Chose these
protection here.
clips.
But
Also,
if he
I
lets
do
this
love it.
play,
Don't get me
he
wrong.
gets the
I
ball,
get
he
it. In
looks
order to
over
be a
the
defensive master,
left,
you have to
and
have
he
a
just
really good
flips it
understanding
over
of
to the right
quarterbacking.
side. The offense
But I
is
just
left
love how
side.
we're going to have Bill Belichick.
receiver's not
Because the
open.
next
He
2
throws
picks,
the
I
ball
guarantee
on
you, are
top,
both
and
going to be
he-
quarterbacks,
and he's
right?
interception.
The
So
next
Okay.
2 picks will be
those are the
quarterbacks.
plays
So
he's
we're going to
gotta
have
eliminate.
Bill
But, I
Belichick,
mean,
this
is a really good
defensive
play here. He's backed up in
guru,
his end zone. He looks to his
possibly
right,
go,
comes back, reads
because
all the
after
way
that
across
is going to be a
the
wide
field, makes the
receiver, then
crossing
maybe
route.
another quarterback. I don't know if we'll have a
He's quickest
defender
on his
picked
release and his
within the
accuracy are
first
really
5
good.
or 6 picks.
And when he does
So
that,
we're going to
that's when he's at his
have
best.
Bill Belichick. Now, you can say he
You know,
was a
here's a missed
GM or whatever,
opportunity. You know,
but,
there's the
like,
in
come
cut
on.
down
We
there at
all
the
saw how
bottom.
those offenses
He's not
looked,
under
okay?
pressure, and he just pulls it down and starts.
But we're
running
going to have this
around and,
defensive guru
you know,
just breaking down
now
all of
it's
these
instead of
offensive
second and
players.
one,
Right.
maybe first down, it's 3rd and 10.
I mean, I get it. You got Bill
This is
Belichick, but
really
come
a
on,
spectacular
guys.
play. This is what you love about Caleb
Yeah.
Williams right here.
It's funny. It's like the most I've ever heard Bill Belichick talk.
So. Deep field player. Caleb steps up in the
Oh,
pocket
okay. So
and hits
the Washington,
Commanders.
Commanders, thank you,
Freak.
are on the clock at the moment.
Pressure off the
Yes.
Again, he
They
does a
are
nice
also
job of him
looking
on
to
the,
take a
the free
quarterback.
rusher
The
off
2
the edge,
choices
makes a
ahead
good
of them
throw.
are Jaden McDaniels, the Heisman winner out of
man-to-man
LSU,
coverage. Here's the
and
receiver
Drake
right
May,
there. Put it on him.
the quarterback out of North
Holds the ball.
Carolina.
Can't do that.
Okay.
Caleb.
From the comps that I have understood,
This is a
Jade
good throw right
McDaniels
here.
comps
3rd and 10.
more to
Hits the outcut right
a
on top.
Lamar
Excellent
Jackson,
timing, good third down
and
conversion.
Style-esque,
Those are the ones you
okay.
need.
and Drake
Here's
May
the play down at
comps
the
more
bottom.
to a
Linebacker
Josh
blitzes.
Allen,
He's
right?
hot to the back,
Like,
and he moves the ball
literally,
perfectly to
Drake
the
May,
back, just right in
big,
front of
tall,
him.
strong white guy.
That's
That's
able
how I
to,
heard him
break a
described
tackle
today.
here and-
Fair.
So,
That throw
so we'll see
enables
which
the
way
back
they
to run
decide
with
to
it and
go.
get good
I
yardage.
feel like
Another good
the
throw outside
thinking
here.
from
You know,
what
gets a
I
single
from
coverage,
what I've
makes a
heard
good
is the
read, good
thinking
throw.
is
Again,
Jaden
good solid plays,
has
and
a
he's just gotta, try to
higher
make more of
floor,
these and less
but a
of
lower
every play
ceiling.
being a 90-yard touchdown.
right?
Gets
So
his
he's a
eyes
safer
downfield
player,
here,
but
makes
you
a
won't
nice
be
throw
able
on
to.
the-
But he
on
won't
the,
hit as
extended
high
drive.
of an arc as Drake might
And
if
this
he
is a good
gets to
back
that
shoulder
Josh
throw down
Allen
here at the
level.
bottom. This time
Okay.
he looks and sees the defenders on top of the receiver.
We're still talking about.
Are they still talking? I know. It's like, wow, we're still talking.
There's a lot of
I
good
feel like
things
I've been
it takes,
talking
some things you gotta
forever.
work on. The biggest thing is don't turn the ball over.
Oh.
Let's see.
try to
What
do
does it
too
say
much.
there? So they
It says
added
that they
Marcus
hired
Mariota.
They hired
Makes it a
former
tough day.
douchebag
Playing college football
DQ.
at USC or in the NFL.
A
Yeah.
lot of college guys.
Sorry.
I think,
Yeah.
the weight of the team on their back and
What'd you call him? Farmer Dan?
Farmer
Gardner.
Dan.
No,
Gardner
Gardner.
A
Dan.
little bit mad about his, some of the things he was
Farmer
saying.
Dan.
Hussy Gardner Dan.
Caleb Williams is the best player I've ever evaluated.
Ever?
Gardner Dan.
Oh, did you hear what Fake Mel said?
Of doing this, he's the
No.
best player
Fake
I've
Mel
ever
said
evaluated.
that's
Kinda
the
look
best
at him, I
player
feel
he's
that
ever
Russell
evaluated.
Wilson
He's a
did a
fake
I
scout.
look at a little
It
hybrid
means
between
something.
Patrick Mahomes and Aaron Rodgers. So if you put those two guys
Oh my
together,
God.
Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt. What were you saying?
I do agree
No, I was just
with Bill a
reading. I
little bit about
was
him
reading
being
the little
carrying the
snippets
ball
that they
around
have
like a loaf of
about
bread, trying to bring 8
Washington.
tackles, running 45 yards, behind the line of scrimmage.
So if you were in this this position, Judy. Who do you take, the Heisman Trophy winner or the big, strong white guy?
So much is because he plays.
Okay.
Now,
I don't know if they're gonna go big or go home. They might as well get the Heisman winner.
Successful in the NFL.
Oh wow! I thought you were gonna go the other way. I thought you were my husband's
the big strong white man.
I was like, yeah, my husband's a big strong white man. I'm gonna go with the big strong white man. Like
the last few months, he was kind of a mysterious figure.
Go Tar Heels.
We didn't know much about. We just heard from his team and his team and his team. And then once
Tar Heels are the North Carolina.
Great.
I wasn't sure if you knew. Okay.
I knew because of their basketball team.
ended
okay.
has been
Okay.
like Noble, a
Yeah.
guy who's ready to
Makes
lead a
sense,
franchise.
right.
Yeah, we mentioned the pro day, how he was, wrangling his friends and, messing around. That was
Who
great.
else
Also,
did they
no haircut.
add?
I thought that
Austin
was a big
Eckler?
deal.
I
This
didn't
guy
even know he
showed
left.
what he did.
Okay.
He's not going to do a clean
He
shave
just-
Zach Ertz,
for
he's
his
kind
pro
of
day. He doesn't
old,
care
but okay.
about how he looks.
Kind
Oh,
of
they got
old.
Tyler,
And at the end of the day, that's all that
our
really
old
matters
center.
when it
Yeah,
comes
he
to
was
number
trash
one overall.
anyways. Bye.
Yeah,
The
does.
pick is in for the Commanders. And
They
Yeah, I
got
don't know.
Bobby Wagner.
We saw him.
B-Wags went to the Commanders.
If he can do
Yeah.
that, he's
Oh,
Yeah, I think
Because he's reunited.
Nationwide.
He reunited
the pick is
with-
in.
with Gardner Dan.
No, I mean, it makes sense. I knew that he wasn't with Seattle anymore after the new regime came in. It just like I didn't, because I don't pay attention to the offseason nearly as much as I used to. So I just, I didn't hear about it. But like I said, nationwide, the pick is in.
I think he's done that.
I
But
love
one of the
Who's
special things
the
about that, though, is
celebrity
he sat with Alex
sponsor
Smith for a
with
year. He learned a lot. When he
celebrity,
stepped in and played, there
with
were a lot of bad
Nationwide?
plays
Is there a
from Mahomes.
celebrity
Yeah, so-
attached to Nationwide?
Okay, I was like,
I could not get
play, you just
that
gotta be consistent.
celebrity
who's the celebrity
sponsor.
sponsor?
everybody assumes
Okay,
it's
hold on. I'll
Daniel.
tell you in a second.
2024 NFL Draft. The Washington Commanders select Jaden Daniels.
Oh, Jaden Daniels. If I was calling him Jaden McDaniels earlier, I apologize.
Kind of locked in. Then there was
Who
discussion
is that one?
odds because
So that's the LSU.
Is he the big
we
white?
were just talking about
I
it.
know. I was like, is he the big? You got to just say the names, not the names, but like what we just
That's
called
the
them.
Heisman Trophy winner. That's the guy who was at
Thank you.
LSU
That's
who
all
comps
you
out to a
say.
Lamar
Peters,
Jackson.
Adam.
Okay.
Adam Peters. New GM.
Oh,
didn't get
and
we
then
should
going back-
we should have made this a drinking game.
Bill, I'll ask you.
Every
I
pick
got my
we get
medicine
right.
right
How do you
here.
think this
So,
guy used to work
and
with
you're
you?
not supposed to be drinking.
Did here. He's a
So
smart player,
we couldn't
right?
do that anyway. Anyway,
Well, again, I think this is similar to the Caleb Williams.
oh yeah, going back to what you
conversation.
asked me
I
about
think that,
Nationwide, who their celebrity
that
sponsor
Jaden has
is.
a good opportunity to be an outstanding player. And he
It's
showed that this
Peyton
year in the
Manning
Heisman Trophy.
is one of them.
A lot of great plays.
And I
think
want to
for him,
say
a
it's
lot of
Tim
his throws come
McGraw, but
outside
it might be
numbers.
Brad
He's very
Paisley. Like, I'm
fast.
not
He's an
real
excellent
good with
runner.
knowing
He's a
who
great
the
runner.
country
I think
music
he's gonna
stars
have to learn
are.
to stay in the
It's
pocket
Okay.
and read coverages
it's a
and throws,
white
but he's
guy
capable of doing
with a
that.
cowboy hat and a goatee.
Yes. Yeah. Okay. I know.
Three elbows, which is kind
And
of
I'm not trying to be
but,
offensive. Like,
my
that's
favorite thing
he's
about
got
Jaden Daniels,
darker-ish
a lot of people
hair.
talk about
I just
poise
don't
under
know
pressure.
the man.
Everyone knows Brian Kelly is an absolute fucking maniac, yelling in guys' faces.
Oh, they dropped the F bomb. Oh, well, this is on YouTube, right?
It's on
It's not
ESPN
a-
Plus and YouTube, yeah. So
Okay. I was like, ooh, he dropping the F-bombs. I didn't think that they allow that.
I love this pick for Washington.
look at the guy's
If his
face
elbow
next
goes
to him.
through
How
the
he's
zone, he's
into
gonna
what
give
the
him
guy's
that
saying.
five
Oh
years.
yeah.
Some tape to see
Yeah.
what
It's
good
good
stuff
stuff.
we're getting for Jaden Daniels and what it could look like in the future. Let's go to Bill Belichick's big breakdown.
Oh, God.
Quarterback out of LSU.
Oh, he's 6'4", okay.
210.
Whoa.
Great leader.
Well, 210's not
player-
for a
teammates
6'4",
really
he's a
play
little
for him
thin.
here.
No,
He's got really
that's
good
what I'm
touch.
saying.
Again,
Like
a
Lamar
lot of these
Jackson,
throws
he's got
are
really
typical.
good
They're gonna come outside
athleticism.
the numbers.
Athleticism.
Like that's where
He's
most
got a really,
comfortable
he's
throwing
got
the ball.
a decently strong arm.
You know, this is an
But
example
he's
down
not
here with kind of the
country
touches,
strong
his
like
neighbors at
that.
the
Like
bottom.
you won't want him
He's
to
got
take
single
a ton of
coverage
hits.
and Jaden
Yeah,
just doesn't
poor
put the ball
throw.
out
This
there
why are they
high
showing
enough
these?
You know, neighbors doesn't
Because
have
he's a
shot at it, so
defensive guy. He's just gonna talk about how
Here's
shitty
a-
all of these, and then watch the first defender is gonna be like, great speed, great hands, great tackling, great brains.
And this is again another.
Bill, are there any bad sides of this guy? No, defense is the greatest thing ever.
Worked him out last year. He was at the LSU Pro Day a year ago, working out those receivers.
So
His old team is on the
He can
clock.
make all the throws. You can
The
see he's
interesting
really fast
thing
here.
about Jaden Daniels is there
sometimes,
were
I think, a
stories
little too
coming
quick to
out
pull the ball
earlier in the
down, but when he
week
does pull the
that
ball
he did
down,
not
he
want to go to
usually
the
runs, and
Commanders.
He's gonna have to learn to get his eyes down.
So-
Who would want it?
You know, these are the
Right.
ones you gotta hit here.
Now,
Got an open
a story did
receiver,
come
got
out.
plenty
It literally
of time in the
dropped
pocket.
today saying that
And
he had no
again,
issue
the
going there,
mechanics
that
we
he would be
talked about.
grateful to go where
Jaden.
ever he's
He'll get
picked,
better at that.
right?
Yeah, we got to
But
make
it's not the
really,
greatest
really
time to
accurate
be
outside the numbers. Got
at the Commanders if the guy you just drafted to save your franchise at the quarterback position
Yeah.
straight up was like, I want the money, but not how much do I want the money? Like,
Forget
Yeah.
about this.
now
Sign up for
no
it,
matter what I
Commanders.
say
No,
tonight, I
we
do
don't
want to
wanna do
just
this.
say
We don't wanna
I
run up
honestly
here
hope
and
that
try
every
to
single
hurdle
one of
into
these players.
the-
Oh my God!
Every team
Did you see what the caption said? It said, "Forget about this in the NFL."
Yeah.
Trying to run up the middle.
He is a tough kid. Yeah, he's a tough kid.
Oh,
Dangerous throw.
Belichick
Dangerous throw
Belichick
here.
hates
This
this
is really,
kid.
you know,
Just like
necessary.
watching
Comes
him,
on the backside.
like at least least when he was doing the Caleb Williams stuff, like there was a couple of things that he would like smile about or whatever. He has had an old New England scowl on his face since the second he started talking about him.
Some kind of a spot.
Now maybe it's like you said, he has to look at the Patriots being on the clock and getting their next quarterback of the future, possibly. But
possibly.
Well, so this is an interesting thing. The Patriots have been linked to trading down.
Yeah, he almost caught him there
because they have a lot of holes to fill, right?
I'm sure.
Right.
But they also do need a quarterback because what's his name?
Mac Jones.
Yes, thank you. See, and people say you don't know football. Mac Jones just got traded to the Jaguars. So, we'll see. We'll see what they do because they have a lot of holes to fill.
Yeah, I'm looking at it.
On top against the bunch there. So.
Well, they added
That's
Jacoby
how you knew
Brissett.
Mac Jones was gone.
And Neighbors
yeah, I didn't know he was gone either.
Down here.
And so I was like, oh, Mac Jones is gone. Wow. Okay.
Oh, God.
And somehow Jacoby Brissett is there.
I fucking love you so much, Judy. Like, it's moments like this that it's like, this is why she's one of my favorite people.
To see them hopefully grow into being the leaders. Like, Washington Commanders, brand new ownership, brand new GM.
Wait, they didn't even get to see what's his face go on stage? Like,
Patriots also.
No, I don't think it's happened yet.
Brand new era because
you know what? I bet you he wasn't at the draft.
Decisions for 24 years.
Like that's probably one where like the ESPN booth like sent a camera to his house or whatever.
Okay.
Yeah, he's at home with like all of his family. Like, woo! And then he got picked up by one of his big cousins, right? And then he dabbed up his homie.
They like usually the top 5, right, or something are usually in.
Not always. It's really like Joe Burrow the year he went number 1.
Drake May. Who is Drake May?
Oh, it's the big white guy.
By the Patriots with the 3rd overall pick. There was some chatter, Connor.
So the Patriots get their QB of the future, Drake May. I can't wait to see this because he's also the roughest. Like he needs the most polishing of the top quarterbacks, right? And he just went to Belichick's old team. I can't fucking wait to see what this man says right now. It's amazing that they haven't gone to him yet. It's almost like they want to avoid this pick.
Yeah, like we're gonna bring him in, Bill in, Bill.
While we're waiting, I'll say the year. Now I do think part of it was just for the PR of it, but the year Joe Burrow got drafted number 1, he did it from his parents' house in Ohio, which might have been a trailer. I'm not sure if they were like it was a really fucking small house, right? But yeah, no. At least every year we have, I would say, 2 or 3 major
top 10.
Just to say this, no, I wouldn't say 2 or 3 top 10, but in the 2 or 3 in the first round, let's say, that stay home.
It's going to take time, obviously. That is something we have. Jacoby Brissett now brought him in to be that
because part of it too is
from Jacoby as well.
You can't maybe now with NIL they got some money, but you can't really in previous years take your family, all of your family with you. Like maybe your mom and dad and like your agent, and then after that like everyone
a sibling or so.
Yeah, but some people want to share that with their entire family.
Quarterback, tackle, and wide receiver, and so this is one of the top needs. Drake
top
compares
needs.
himself a lot to Josh Allen. He has been doing that for quite a while. We'll see about that. I think there are some similarities.
We'll see about that.
Size and athleticism. Josh Allen's pretty special.
I think not.
So.
But it's draft season.
Fuck the Patriots, honestly. Bob said that I didn't do shit for the 2 decades I was there, and all I did was bring 6 championships, make it the greatest franchise of all time.
What should we think about with the?
But what does he know?
What should we think about, Belichick? Fuck the Patriots. That's what you should think.
Good size.
See, look, he's 6'4", 230 pounds.
Right, he's big, strong white guy. That's what I'm saying.
A lot of experience. And he makes some big plays.
He's kind of ugly, though.
Amazing play where he kind of throws going backwards, puts the ball right on the money.
He's no Josh Allen.
Whatever. Josh Allen, when he was coming out of Wyoming, wasn't Josh Allen. Okay, calm it the fuck down.
You're right. Oh my God.
double
Side
coverage here
note,
on
so
the
there's
slot
this,
receiver. He's got guys open inside and outside.
there's this whole
And just
TikTok
throws
about
in
like
double
guys
coverage.
and beards and like the
Again,
difference
he's
in
gonna
makes and
need some work in
faces.
reading defenses, reading
I don't know if you've
coverages.
seen what Skrillex looks like. Like, do you remember what old Skrillex looks like with the long hair?
Not at all,
I don't-
but
a little bit.
Anyways, but yeah, now Skrillex cut his hair,
Right here in the
grew
middle,
his
like
beard. Wow.
Just a little bit right there.
Good looking
Complete
man.
180. Yeah.
Well, I also think that that's your type.
They're not going to get open by like
Short hair,
Right.
long
So
beard
just- you go
makes
deliberate
Judy a
in there.
happy girl.
He's kind of
Okay.
quick to bail out of the pocket.
I mean, look at my husband.
Exactly.
A little bit longer, I think.
You
It
missed
makes
it.
Receiver.
You missed it. There was one where he
good
threw
throw
it
here
double.
he makes.
Drake May threw the
This
ball
is-
into double coverage, and
Again, cut here, he
Belichick was just like,
drives the ball.
"What's he doing
That's
there?
a nice,
Come on."
That's a nice play. This is a kid that can make all the throws. He just needs to be more consistent.
Oh, why didn't they have
Here's
like
another one
the
where
Manning
he's,
brothers or
you know,
something? Or do they have their
just
own
stay in
watch
the pocket. He
along?
doesn't have any
I'm
pressure,
sure that
just
they
stay in the
do
pocket and,
somewhere.
take his
There's
reads.
too many. I only
And
know about
scrambles
this
out
one
early,
because
then he
Pat
throws
was
the
doing
ball
it
late
on
and almost
YouTube
gets it
way
picked
before
off.
he got
So,
picked up by anyone.
Transition
Right?
Yeah,
from a college
makes sense.
quarterback to a pro
Poor
quarterback.
Honestly,
He just
I
needs some time and experience.
I would actually
It's a late throw
watch
over here. Wiggins
this
picks it off.
show instead of watching the draft in previous years because I would enjoy it that
Brown was
much
supposed
more.
to come back to
So.
quarterback,
Okay.
I heard.
You know the good thing about doing the Pat McAfee thing though is
again,
that,
kinda open
and I
receivers
just
down
noticed
here.
it, no commercials.
Just gotta
Yeah.
hit 'em.
You know, I thought I was gonna have to be
Kinda
cutting
take
in and
two
out,
steps
back and
scramble,
forth
get out of
because
the
they'd be
pocket.
going to
Of all
commercial
the
break or whatever.
quarterbacks, he was
Nah,
the
we're going
No.
straight,
in the
baby.
pocket thrower.
Right here, we have
See
no.
right here, he can definitely do it.
breaks.
That's a good throw against cover two.
I will
on
say that
corner
was a
route
nice
behind the,
throw.
behind the corner.
That
So-
was-
Freak athlete. Led
Yeah.
UNC in rushing 2 years ago.
Okay, who's on the clock is the Cardinals.
So the Cardinals are definitely going to take Marvin Harrison Jr. His nickname is Maserati. I don't know if it's Maserati Marvin Harrison Jr. or Marvin Maserati Harrison Jr., but he's a beast. He's basically got all the. His dad is a Hall of Fame wide receiver.
Yes,
He's
love.
basically got
Okay.
all the talent that his dad had. Speed. I think he's got 4.3 speed. He's an excellent route runner. He's got great concentration, amazing hands. The difference is his dad was like 5'8". Maybe not that small, but like 5'10", 6 foot.
He was a
on the day.
smaller, he
Yeah.
was a smaller receiver.
His
Yeah.
son is 6'4". So you have all of the traits of Marvin Harrison, but then you gave him a 6'4" body. It's ridiculous how good his potential is, right? He was with
Yeah.
CJ Stroud 2 years ago, and he did with what some people would say is a lesser quarterback this year. I'm forgetting his name. He put up pretty much the exact same numbers. So he is so good.
Behind a guy for 4, 5, 6,
Bless
maybe
you.
7 years. You know,
Thank you.
Bless you.
Marvin Harrison was 6 foot, but he was only
All right, so
179 pounds.
He was okay, yeah, because even 6 foot. I feel like that's like when they say Russell Wilson's 5'10",
Yeah.
and then like I was in an. Oh, I told you they took Maserati.
Hollywood Brown. Now he has Marvin Harrison Jr., the first wide receiver.
The only
taken
thing
off
that
the board.
I feel
A.J. Hawk,
so
this
bad
man
that he's going to the
has
Cardinals,
been a
though.
spectacle
Oh,
at
God
Ohio
damn it.
State since stepping foot
Yeah.
onto the Columbus campus.
Yeah, like I
What are your
am
thoughts
not
on
a
the first
huge
wide
Kyler
out
Murray
taken?
guy.
Feels like an easy
Oh,
one,
look
but
at the
also he didn't
swag.
go to college,
Yeah.
Didn't do the pro day. Didn't do any of the shit.
Oh yeah,
Hasn't
no,
signed
he's
his NFLPA,
honestly-
so cannot sell his jerseys yet either.
Hasn't done
he's
anything.
gonna
New
be
Balance deal.
electric. From everything that
No,
like
he'll not
every
be on that
single
right now.
pundit that I've
AJ,
heard
you
talk
watching
about
Ohio
him.
State, the World Day.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts on Arizona?
Nothing
picking him
but
as the
raining
first wide out off
endorsements,
the
and
board?
nothing on the side of like, oh, but he's got an attitude problem, or but he does this, or nothing. It is nothing but raining endorsements. He's probably gonna be in jail in 2 years because it's nothing but positive stuff. But as of right now, look, as long as he doesn't go driving after Topgolf, it'll be fine.
And it's huge for this team. And hey, you got Kyler Murray throwing the ball.
Yeah.
As we know in Arizona, they
Yeah.
can.
Yeah.
If you know, you know. I'm not gonna explain that one.
Right away.
If you know, you know.
We just saw Marv put the hat on there.
All right, and now I know that I've sounded pretty knowledgeable so far.
Watching the show on TV
Yeah.
and us on your phone. His
Other
dad's
than
been
maybe a
an
couple more
instrumental part of this entire
quarterbacks
thing.
and the
Obviously,
white
Marv,
corner
Hall
that's
of
going to
Famer
get
for the
drafted.
Indianapolis Colts. I was hoping
I
that Jim Mercer
don't know
would
too
walk
much
into the
more.
drill
I just want to get you guys ready now for when I'm like, oh, that's a guy, huh?
Harrison Jr. He was
Interesting.
expected to be the number one wide receiver.
What is so crazy is that it's always wild to me to hear athletes or NFL players that we used to watch and know and love, and their kids are now playing in the NFL.
Right.
I'm not that old. I swear I'm not that old.
Not really a catch and run guy.
It's like it's the thing that I understand about it is just like
and third down. I mean, there's no doubt.
I guess that they retired when I was like turning into an adult, so that's why, you know. So I'm the in between. But yeah, man, that fucking I'm not a fan.
It's just so wild to me. Like I remember whichever draft
because he is the son
Randy
of
Moss's son
is that something that
got drafted. I was like, wait,
when they're drafting, like, hey,
what?
this is a guy,
He has a son
this is
old
a
enough to get
probably
drafted.
knows the steps to be
Hold
great.
on, I'm sorry.
I think
Ramon
it's more
said he was
important
taking
what
a
he
nap.
actually did, like AJ said, that he's in there every day. He's working. He's not living off his dad's reputation.
Thanks, Ramon.
That he's in there. You know,
You only missed 45 minutes of the podcast.
Creating his own, his own model.
And the first, 3 draft picks? 4?
Yeah.
He earned his own keep, but he also had a lot
I don't
of
even know
games
where we're at.
shown
I
to
just
him.
know that
You
we're
he's on the
on,
jugs machine in the morning and at night because Marv's
Chargers.
Like, hey, if you want
We're
to be great,
5.
this is
We're
how
in
this
the-
whole thing goes.
Yeah, this is
We're
number
5.
5. Yeah.
Very active,
Yeah,
a part
number
of it,
5.
which I think is a beautiful thing. I think he's the
3 QBs and a wide receiver.
son of a Hall of Famer to be drafted in the first round. I believe, in the history of the NFL.
Okay.
So good for Marv.
I'm
Congrats to him.
reading the
Let's go
text
to some
message
film
right
here and
now.
see what the
Like,
Arizona
you know when you
Cardinals
read
are
something, you're just
with
like,
Marvin Harrison Jr. Bill Belichick's been pretty gone on the 6'3", 209
okay, let's hear what he has to say.
Yeah, he's
Oh, he's
all
6'3". I
6'3".
apologize.
But still,
last
yeah.
year in 22 was Stroud. Again,
Was that Ohio
good
State?
opportunity for him. You can
Yes.
see his speed, and here's his run after the catch where he can, get some space to go. But here he beats the.
On the clock
corner's
is the
got outside leverage,
Chargers.
just
Oh, damn.
fights his
Keenan
way
Allen's
across
not
it.
there anymore. Mike Williams
Oh,
is
no.
not there no more.
They got rid of both of them this year too. Well, obviously, I gotta keep stop saying that. Like, obviously, they lost them just now. That's why. Otherwise, that would have been part of last year's draft. Still looking for a replacement for Keenan Allen.
In cut here and just lays out, catches the ball.
Great. Now,
Really good
what I was thinking?
concentration, good
We should
hands,
start like a
good target.
podcast,
I mean, you love to throw the ball to a guy like this over the
fantasy
middle of the
league.
field. And he can cover guys.
Okay.
Blocking. This against Notre Dame.
I'll get my ass whooped in
He
that.
gets out on the
We'll
corner.
get like your brothers if you want. We just need like 10 people.
Some room there.
Ramon, if you want.
Yeah, we got you and me. Ramon can do it, but he'll be late all the time.
Yeah, can you roll that back fast?
He'll just be on auto draft the day of.
We got the EP. We got a real man.
This kind of bend and
Alex.
He snaps
I got
here.
6.
I don't throw him the ball, but like, that's the kind of route running that he can do.
Do we have any more?
I think you just got to learn to create a little
what
bit
about your
more
other brother?
separation.
He's
like,
busy.
just
I'll
like-
ask him, but he's
have
busy.
the
Yeah, I mean,
separation there and
We
All
all
right.
want Zach.
He's got real football to take care of.
Play
Like,
here,
he doesn't
in
have
the
time for this
Michigan game
fantasy
where,
bullshit.
He gets undercut on the slant.
There's no
ball
fun.
gets picked off, and then he doesn't really finish the
Okay, so we got 6. We need 4 more people.
in this league. You can't have
Oh,
that
I
play.
can get Val.
Everybody gets
Okay.
Val can be in our league, yeah.
To fix, but this has been the guy that they've been talking about as the
I don't know. I could like get a sign and go stand out on a corner and just be like, at TABPOD Fantasy Football, who's in? Just like,
All-State Sugar Bowl game, and that's what I
Do
can
we
reach
want to
out
do
to-
money? $5, pay in, and whoever wins just gets the pool.
I mean, we'll talk semantics of it after, not after this show. I'm going to bed after this show. I could already
Yeah.
tell.
Yeah.
But no, we'll talk semantics after.
Okay.
Against that Georgia defense, who were back-to-back national champions.
Oh, I forgot that Jim Harbaugh was there. Okay, makes sense, yeah.
Yes, he just got there.
Didn't do any of the pre-draft.
He didn't just get there, Ryan. He was hired months ago.
Was it months? It doesn't feel like it was months. It feels like maybe it was a month. I'm not sitting here arguing. I just like I just it probably was months ago. It just feels like it was 2 weeks.
He just got there.
Well, and you know what else? Like, here's just put in perspective. This is also the same year. It's literally the same calendar year that he got got suspended from college football for having someone else go on other teams' sidelines and listen to their plays. Okay? Let's not forget that was like less than 8 months ago. So sorry if my timeline is a little off.
Issue or a red flag, but in recent days, we did see that he decided to sign with New Balance to be his cleat. So that kind of gave me
why is he talking like this?
Gucci, Versace.
Because he's Mel Kiper.
Cleats in college. And now he's wearing goddamn shoes.
That's how Mel Kiper talks, man. I don't know what to tell you.
The newspaper
yeah,
on
but your
Saturday
grandpa
morning.
is fashionable. We know that.
And fast.
Right, good business too, man.
I'm sure it's good.
So I don't know if you guys knew, they
We all
just
saw the
signed
truth, okay?
J.K.
Does this guy
Dobbins and
flashy?
Gus
Does he want to look good on the field? Does he want to build a brand? Does he want to build an image? Or does he not care about that? Does he only care about the ball? So I'm
J.K.
wear these shoes
Dobbins.
that, to be frank, maybe kind of make me look like a little bit of a jackass on Sundays and Thursdays.
When you're talking about being flashy and everything like that, you talk about the Los Angeles Chargers' brand new head coach, Jim Harbaugh. Let's go down to the war
Honestly,
with Tom Diggs.
if Ramon hops on right now, I'm not going to lie, it's kind of perfect because I'm out of shit to talk about and how he could be the expert and I can just say dumb shit the rest of the time. Let's go.
I like how you're like, he could be the expert.
For MVP.
And then he's going to be like, I only knew the first 5 players also that went in the top.
Shouldn't have been late, bro.
But the thing that's been going on
Shouldn't have been late.
last night.
Sorry that all the podcasts could only get to the first 5 guys.
Both had
Shouldn't.
J.C. Latham going number 5 to the Chargers.
When do the Cowboys pick? Let me look.
That was interesting. On that.
What number are we? I love going on to Twix
It's gonna
and
be like
see
in the
all
20s.
like.
Isn't the top offensive lineman
Yeah.
there? Or they do need wide receiver. The top wide receiver left is Malik Neighbors, who is
Blah, blah, blah,
explosive.
blah, blah, blah,
We know
blah.
Harbaugh. He loves those trenches, so it's
Oh, the nationwide pick is
And
in.
the pick is
Nationwide
in
is
for
on
the
your
Los Angeles Chargers. Tone, good
side.
work down in your dojo, pal.
Thank you, brother.
It is an offensive tackle. And it is
Oh,
the 6'9" one, Joe.
wow, 6'9".
Los Angeles
So-
Chargers, Jim
so-
6'9".
at Michigan,
That's
he won
tall.
physical football.
Yeah.
That's very tall.
He won physical football.
Yeah. Is what's his face? Who is Justin? God.
Yes, Justin Herbert is.
Is he gonna be able to see over his offense?
He's tall. He'll be fine. He's tall.
Is an offensive lineman. Joe
Now, could you imagine? I keep bringing him up. Could you imagine Russell Wilson?
This feels like a Jim Harbaugh.
Jim Harbaugh. I'm a little surprised.
Hey, man, can someone get me a step stool?
You could trade back maybe, but I'm not shocked at all at this move.
T-Butch, you're white.
Oh, the Cowboys don't pick till 24.
That's what happens when you make the Pro Bowl or the Pro Bowl, the playoffs.
I didn't see much from him as a rookie.
I mean, let's be honest. The Pro Bowl is the Super Bowl for the Cowboys.
Oh, God.
We might not have won in our first round game, but we have more Pro Bowlers than any other team.
Boots on the ground, his last 2 games
Yeah,
in Michigan.
exactly.
It was built Jerome Moore with that offensive line.
Let's see what's
That's everything
happening on the
started.
Twix
He's gonna be well coached, and it's just
about the
him
draft.
building the identity of his
There's
team.
I hate people who give me the ick, right? Are just these. I think I mentioned this last year. Are just like these random Twitter wannabe sports analysts talking about, oh, that draft pick is trash.
Like,
Like,
they will come back and get a receiver at the top of the second round because there's a lot of depth at that position.
So this is not a people. This is a movie that gives me the ick.
And there was a tackle,
And that movie is called Draft Day.
Also,
but you mentioned it before.
Right, that whole movie gives me the ick, and it's because it's like you said, like you have no idea what someone is going to be for like 3 years.
I think he'll be able to
right?
play,
You have a 3-year window basically to know if they're going to be any good or
Look
not.
at some film on Joe. A big guy. Big guy.
Jeez, stupid Kevin Costner.
6'8", 315 pounds as the Giants
Also,
are on
why
the
the
clock.
Seahawks have to be the
and
bad
you
guys?
can
What the
see his
fuck? Why does
leg
everyone
here.
hate the
He gets his hands
Seahawks?
on these guys and he
Bird
can
teams.
stops them initially and
Bird
have to restart
teams.
and it's all over.
Exactly.
Reminds me of Nate Solder. And Solder was 6'9".
He reminds me of
Solder
Nate
was really
Solder.
athletic kid, but this is
See,
Solder,
I didn't really do research on this guy. So what they did is they got me a bunch of tape on the guy that I used to coach. So I can just talk about him the whole time. And then even though it sounds like I might be talking about this other guy, I'm really just talking about Nate.
Right here and he can definitely move and get out on front on those.
They can move like the
This
best of
matchup
them.
against
And this guy moves pretty well.
Clemson and does a nice job here, kind of widening him out so the running back.
Now, maybe he's just getting more comfortable. This is the most animated, and that's sad to say. This is the most animated he's been with any of the picks so far. The offensive lineman is the first one that got his dick to get a little chub. The first one. Wide receiver? Fuck that. Quarterbacks? Fuck that. What do we want? We want a big 6'9" offensive lineman.
Ooh, did you know the Patriots and the Vikings reached out to the Chargers asking if they were willing to trade Justin Herbert?
Really?
There's a lot to like about him. He's a quality guy.
Yeah.
I did not know that.
Team guy for him.
I just read the tweet.
Right.
You'll like having him on your football team.
I mean, I feel like that's one of those like, hey, would you? And then the Chargers like.
What Detroit was doing up here.
But
they knew who their guys were. Joe Alt is obviously the first one.
I'm honestly, this is a pick I'm interested in with the New York Giants because they could go. There's another wide receiver that's really high up. I forget his name. But they also need a quarterback.
Yeah, J.C. Latham felt like the golden goose
So-
no one was talking
They
about
do.
coming in. And
They
then all
do
of a sudden
because
Joe
Daniel Jones is not it.
Coach D-Bub mentioned.
Not
Quentin
him,
Johnson, they lose
not
guys that still have him. At
DeVito.
what
Remember
point does
DeVito?
Oh, yeah.
That was last year too, bro.
Who still lives with his parents?
Having that premier guy on the outside matters.
Don't make me
Similar to
defend
what
that again, okay?
Turn a 6th or 7th round pick into a
I remember.
60-catch-a-year guy.
Oh,
is
God.
Herbert at that level? And is there something that takes a guy to that level?
The nationwide pick is in.
On your side.
By the way, just so you guys know, our show is not sponsored by Nationwide, unless they would like to sponsor us. We would be very happy if you guys wanted to have a negotiation conversation, really, about that.
Yeah.
You can call us at 1-800-PLEAS
They might punt the ball this year, too. I don't know, maybe Joe will punt
PAYUS.
it.
Yeah,
that'd be cool.
Harbaugh might have a little different strategy.
Please.
The New York Giants pick is in. Ladies and gentlemen, the man you just chatted about.
Oh, here we go.
We'll be going to the New York Giants.
Oh, Malik Neighbors, that was the wide receiver I was talking
They're
about.
going to go with a quarterback here.
Okay.
I love how
Okay.
LSU just keeps getting these monstrously good wide receivers. They had Odell Beckham Jr. They had there was another guy who played with Odell at LSU. I forget his name. And then you had Jamar Chase. There was another guy who played with Jamar Chase. And now,
he's a very, very.
And now this guy.
Number one. He wants the ball. He wants to be aggressive.
I know every other LSU wide receiver. Okay.
He can play inside. He can play outside.
I don't need to know all of them. I just need to know every other one.
I think what we've seen out in these first 6 picks is, well, they could trade or trade off.
Okay, hold on. I had to look it up. There's Odell with LSU, Justin Jefferson,
I forgot about Justin Jefferson 100%. That was Jamar
Jarvis
Chase.
Landry. I think you were thinking of Jarvis Landry.
Okay, Jarvis Landry and Odell Beckham.
Yeah.
I can't believe I forgot Justin effing Jefferson, who's the best wide receiver in the league, that he went to LSU with Jamar Chase.
When you see a guy you like and he's a good fit for your football team, you take the guy. You don't trade out of that.
Mad Mel, they're paying Daniel Jones, I think, $40-some million. They pick up a big weapon for him in the Big Apple.
Did you see Bill when they were talking about how much they're paying Mac Jones?
To the Giants.
Well, listen, Malik Neighbors is one of my highest graded prospects.
Is that why you wore the purple?
Why they do that?
Purple for LSU.
That's not right.
Obviously, the top end speed.
Too much.
But I
think I either misheard or McAfee misspoke, because I don't think he was saying Mac Jones, because Mac Jones is in Jacksonville.
Okay, I saw that.
And we're not talking about that team for a while. So
goddamn wide open. I said, what's
Let's see who's on the clock. The Titans. All right, let's see.
So yeah, I mean,
God, like, can I just real quick?
Daniel Jones gonna be able to get him.
I just want to be like, God damn it! You know how I always have an issue with technology?
Well,
So
and again.
I think that I'm cursed when it comes to technology, and it's just always something about me that I'm gonna be in a fucked up situation. Because not only do we always have all the issues on the show, I left work early today just so I can have everything set up an hour and a half before the show started. I hopped on. They started broadcasting. Pat McAfee and friends started broadcasting at 4:30 our time. They didn't have audio of their show for the first 20 minutes. Okay? I was so shooketh.
How you guys doing?
Okay, I thought, I was like, of course, they're at ESPN. They're making hundreds of millions of dollars. And now is when they have all of the technology issues. The one time that I'm going to watch it is when that happens. And now, I'm not going to lie, because, and to be fair, like I've said, I haven't watched in the last couple of years. I've checked out the draft a little bit, but I haven't really watched McAfee the last couple of years.
It was a process, and
I feel like the fact that they're in Detroit makes this boring. I don't. It's just like
being process
and I get we're talking over most of it, and we're not getting the analysis or whatever. But I feel like if I wanted analysis, I would be watching the NFL Network, or I'd be watching ESPN. Like, I'm here for fun. And this is fucking boring.
I assume you saw the reaction by.
And of course, it happens to me. Because why?
I mean, this is
what is it?
No.
Why did you choose the top?
Why did the guys on the East Coast give me the super cool sounder?
No.
Sports. If they were gonna screw me over with this.
Relaxed environment, a good atmosphere.
Please hold.
See who gravitated to who, and I think everything gets more magnified when you have quarterbacks, which is something I found out there.
Who is this white man?
Overwhelmingly positive.
Adam Peters.
All of our feedback from everybody.
The Commanders GM.
And so not just Jaden.
Who is this white man? It says clearly right there that he's the GM.
Hey, well, we love talking.
Why is he here?
It's like an hour and a half worth of shit.
Oh yeah, a lot of stuff.
Are they gonna have Jerry Jones on here? It's what I want to know.
Nah, Jerry. You know Jerry is in Dallas.
Or he's not. Remember?
Congratulations on the pick. And
remember the? I don't know if you remember. I remember during the pandemic draft, he was on his yacht.
I'm not gonna say like I vividly remember everything, but like I remember that. I remember Cliff Kingsbury being in his mega mansion. And I remember Bill Belichick being in his house with his dog.
Yeah.
So I have like memory like photographs that I'm probably building in my head with AI, but I have like a photograph of what I think is his boat and him on it. Insert random super yacht with random old rich guy into your head.
Yeah.
No, we feel great about it. Jaden feels great about it. Ron feels great about it. We can't wait to get started with it.
Adam, congratulations on your
Ron?
first draft. Bill,
Who's Ron?
I think wanted to say congrats as well.
Because your head coach is
That's
dead.
the reason why I came on, man. I'm so happy to
Ron Rivera is not there anymore.
It's
Is that what he just said?
It sounded like he said Ron feels great about it.
A lot of great wins, a lot of great teams that you helped build. Hey, so going forward.
Oh no, the GM doesn't even know who they're coaching.
If the guy falls to you that you like, or you kind of sitting there until reset the board and go next year.
This guy's a journalist.
Next week or tomorrow.
Yeah, he's hard-hitting questions, Bill. I didn't know I was getting that from you.
Oh my God.
Yeah, Bill.
He feels so happy right now. Like all Bill Belichick has done for the last 20 years is just be the very best coach in the league and have one of the best franchises. Don't get me wrong, I'm not going to say he was perfect. He made a lot of mistakes along the way. Should not have been a GM for nearly as long as he was, right? But I guarantee you he has probably had to fight and claw with upper management every inch along the way until at some point, which is probably why Kraft started smearing him lately, so finally he's like, hey, I run the football, you run the business, and you shut the fuck up, right?
great seeing you.
And now he's just got people, and because he had such an iron fist or whatever, right? Everyone around him probably felt like all the time, like, if I don't shut the fucking door on everything and make sure that I have my hand on everything, then someone's going for my throat. And now he's just here like, these guys like me. This is fun.
The pick is in.
Oh, Nationwide, your pick is in.
Out of Alabama.
Wow.
Oh, another offensive tackle.
Vrabel gets fired out of nowhere. None of us expected.
Okay, like I don't know anything about this pick.
I also didn't know that Mike Vrabel was fired.
Really? It just happened.
Now with the pick of the new era, they're investing in a big.
It didn't even say in their little snippet that he was fired.
Yeah, no. That was one of like the surprises of the offseason. You know, I don't think anyone expected him to get fired. But and then the other weird thing is that he ended up, I think it's because he maybe got fired a little late in the coaching cycle, but that he wasn't able to get another job because he
is he unemployed right now?
He is unemployed right now. You know, like Bill Belichick, if he ever gets to coach again, I think he needed a year of kind of doing stuff like this to just kind of show everyone that, yeah, he is hard-nosed and everything when it comes to football, but he could be a jovial guy. Right? Mike Vrabel, I think he was just out there and he was like,
you have some film and watch this guy.
I don't want to go fucking coach in Washington. I'm just going to take this year off. Fuck this. That's the feeling I got. And Washington, insert 15 other coaching jobs, right? Like, I just say Washington because it's fun. Like, when's the last time Washington was good? I think I might have still needed to be conceived the last time they were actually good.
Billy just keeps turning them out. They run a great program down there. J.J. McCarthy went to IMG. We'll see where he goes.
And as Judy has already mentioned in this show, we now have Hall of Fame players' sons getting drafted in the league. So that's how old I am. And they haven't been good since before I was born.
He is extremely explosive. He has rare power. This is against Georgia.
Rare power.
Stackhouse there. You know, he just, I mean, now there's a running lane. I mean, even I could make a couple of yards through there. Just a couple.
Just a couple.
You know, here he comes again. This is, you know, again, coming on these down blocks. He just caves in the whole side of the line.
Look at that finish. You love the finish, don't you?
Oh, he does. He buries these guys. You know, it's really an aggressive player. Here he is against Graham. Graham's going to be a high pick next year in the draft, but you can see he kind of flips Graham over here and just, I mean, he's all the way across the other side of the center. So
moving bodies.
Yep. This is a great guy to run the ball.
Bodies. Okay, let's see who's on the clock now.
The
Falcons.
I mean, this guy's a really
oh yeah,
player.
Your homeboy Kirk Cousins.
Just focus.
Why is he my
inside a
homeboy?
couple times into Georgia.
I don't know. Called him your homeboy.
Wow.
Kirk Thuggins.
Kirk Thuggins. Okay, I might take Kirk
Michigan
Thuggins, maybe.
You know, just kind of, you know, doesn't execute well. So I think just his focus, his concentration, but this kid's got a ton of talent.
Let's see, what else they got? Damn, $100 million, huh? Look at Kirk. He hardly plays the full season, and yet he's getting paid the big money.
And he can play left tackle, too. I don't have any
Sorry, Judy. I'm still trying to get Ramon's link. I don't know what's up with his email. I think his email is on Color People Time, just like he is.
Inside if they needed him in there. So this kid's got a lot of.
Oh, my God. For anyone who thinks I was just racist, I mean, yeah, I was, but I'm also half black, so I'm allowed to talk however I want, I feel. But I was told the other day by somebody that who's chalky white that I'm as white as he is. And I was like, sir!
Getting ragdolled?
Oh, there it is.
Sir!
Absolutely ragdolled, which is a beautiful thing.
He didn't mean it in a bad way. Like, I think the thing that people don't understand about mixed people is that we chameleon, okay? We is who we around. If I'm around a gangster, what's up, bitch? Rep your set. If I'm around white people, hello. Hi. Can I have a Diet Coke, please?
CJ Stroud has that rookie year that's absolutely insane, and
you gotta know your surroundings, okay? You gotta be ready for anything. You ever notice how a lot of rappers die, and not many of them are the mixed ones? Because we chameleon, okay?
owes the Mentalist to come back out.
I don't know why I said that, to be honest. I've been watching a lot of DJ Vlad lately, and he does a lot of interviews with rappers.
These hats will be debuting on Friday.
Oh my God, they're debuting hats? Oh, we got hats.
So shout to the Lids folks.
Oh, I'm so Pat McAfee going to ESPN. We got hats, people.
We have all these hats out
Can I
here
get
for?
in between you, Bill and Darius?
Let's do it.
You know what? Everybody out there, these
What
players.
the hell is this guy?
Play football professionally.
He's the guy that rapped Mullet Boy in the Saran Wrap, but I don't know who he
Get that
is.
ring, am I right?
Yes.
And how do you know which pick? I don't care if it's number 1 Caleb Williams or the last person picked in the final round. Who's going to be that Hall of
Mr.
Famer?
Irrelevant.
Oh, I think he's a magician. I feel like he's the magician that was on Hard Knocks with the Jets.
Oh, the guy with the, okay.
Everyone has
Yeah.
Probably, it's probably him.
Yeah, he's about to watch. I guarantee you he's going to do a stupid magic trick with one of the hats.
And
Stupid magic.
somehow, Darius, a crystal ball is falling into your hands. And
Oh,
you
there we
can
go.
see into the future, 5 years, 10 years,
Don't drop
15
it.
years, and I'm going to have you walk right around in front of this table.
Oh, he's,
Oz the
oh, yes,
Mentalist.
yep, it's the same guy.
These logos. And I know all these teams have a meaning to you.
I got a lot
And
of teams,
Darius,
those.
imagine
Too
that
many.
you
Yeah, he's a
know
bandwagon fan.
Yeah, big
which
time.
pick. You know, don't let your eyes gaze too much because I'm watching you,
Yep,
watching those
yep,
hats. Come
yep.
on around.
You got a terrible
He's a
poker place. We
slippery
learned that
bastard.
earlier.
Yeah, he got me early.
This guy's
All right.
witchcraft. Really
Darius,
good job, D-Bud.
Imagine that you know which team, their player that they pick in today's draft is going to be a future Hall of Famer that we all talk about in 15 years. Sit down for me, please,
This is
sir.
a 50-year trick.
Yo, we're going deep.
We got time.
Darius.
We got time.
Here
we go.
Pat, what the We got time, apparently. We don't have anything else going on.
No,
on.
I
Yeah,
saw
I
you
read it
go
too.
back and
That one?
forth. Folks, I want everyone to see us. Darius, you're not looking, are you?
He telegraphed it. D-Bud,
Keep
don't
your eyes
look.
closed. Everyone keep your eyes closed.
He's
Everyone
peeking
keep
for
your eyes
sure.
closed. You see it, Bill. You know what?
Okay, so he's showing the Chargers hat to everybody.
They go one way,
Yes.
they go the other. He pivoted right in the middle. I think we switched.
Yeah.
I see in his eyes. Bam. That's what I'm going with. You guys saw the. I saw.
Don't even. If
Darius,
this one's it, we're going to.
Darius, keep your eyes closed. But imagine that the pick in the 2024 draft, 15 years from now, this person's in the Hall of Fame. Which team? What's that number 1 team you were thinking of? Say it.
The Dolphins.
The Dolphins.
Oh my God, he's got a Dolphins hat on.
Hold up,
my
hold up,
God.
hold up. Swear to me. Swear to me. Listen to me. Boston,
Can I also
I
say
can
why
see
this
his
is
eyes.
bullshit,
He
though?
went back and forth, AJ.
Why?
You changed
Because
your
that's the
mind.
hat that he
Last
put in
moment, you
front
closed
of
the
him.
bubble.
That's the hat
Which
that
other
he
team
looked
were you
at the
gonna say?
most.
What was
And
the
it
other
also
team?
has some of the most vibrant colors of all NFL teams. Mentalist my ass, okay? I rebut thee!
Keep telegraphing this. Come on.
How the fuck am I telling?
I'm just saying. Good Lord.
This guy's poker face.
Oh, also,
Boston,
I had
that's
a
still
I had a
strapped
brief
to your chest.
conversation
Yeah,
with the
like a
EP.
bomb.
She
Oh.
would
Coach
like
Belichick,
for
7:57.
what you
What is
call
the
it,
time
Ryan
on the clock
Rafitz
right
to
now?
make a
'Cause so
comeback.
far,
But I told her
Listen,
about the
but I
issues
think
I
all
was
our
having
picks
with it.
and my picks are what you thought
Just so,
they were.
I know I didn't talk to you about it, obviously,
Real
other than
shortly.
it feels kind of
So let's see
stale.
what happens.
What does that
But the
mean?
issue I was
I'm
having
coming back for
was
more.
Hey,
just
Demon, explain more.
since I was having to
I
do
gotta
it
leave
right
you
off the
alone.
top of my
I'll be
head,
back.
my arguments
Boy,
weren't always
that's
as
three.
sound
Get
as
out of
I
here,
would have
David.
liked for them to
Wheels
be.
up.
Like
Yeah.
even if I had had like
What's that guy's
45
problem?
seconds to
Bird
think
Ham
about
has
it,
problem is-
then
Yeah.
I feel like
Yeah.
there would have been more.
Is
There's
that what-
more stuff I would
is
have
that
been
what
able
Ernie
to
Sims
properly
was?
argue.
I wasn't around.
And she said,
Is that what he was? Aaron
well, it's
Adams,
not
sorry.
called
Ernie
Ryan
Sims.
immediately refutes. Just fucking just let her tell you whenever you want. And I was like, shut the fuck up, you smart bitch. What the fuck?
Yeah, no, he wasn't. Yeah, no, he didn't do that.
I think I like the element of surprise, right? Which is
yeah.
kind of like how we do the show. Essentially, it's just an
Right.
element.
No, I also I don't disagree with that,
Ooh,
but
Michael Penix Jr.
oh no
He
way!
is not here. He's at his
Michael
family.
Penix
He's
Jr. is the quarterback out of Washington. He was in the Final Four of the college football
Oh,
playoffs.
so you know about him.
I know, yeah, him because honestly, other than the fact that he, other than the fact that he played in Washington, he's got a injury history, right? And with that injury history, I thought that he might be able to slide a little lower in the draft. So I was like, how dope would it be if we got him to go to Seattle? Obviously, that's not happening. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a guest joining us. Come on! He's here. He finally.
Ladies and gentlemen, you have the guest.
I think this is pretty
Oh,
There's
the
only one
guest?
nation, baby.
There's
only one nation. Let's go.
Oh God!
Let's get it.
Look at him. He's all
He
decked
comes-
out.
He comes what? An hour and 8 minutes late to my show,
Look here.
and he comes in acting
here.
like the boss. I fucking love this guy.
Look here. First of all,
I mean, I don't know.
when you have four
I'm
kids,
sorry. Okay, I have 3 dads, and you ain't any of them. Okay, you don't tell me to look anywhere. No, I look. Honestly, the only reason I give you shit at all is because I told you if something happens, don't worry about it, and you were the one every single time we talk. No, I'm planning it. I got it timed out. We good.
I'm here. I'm ready for this.
And then day of, I text you and like crickets. It's like every date I had in high school.
The one day where my kids have field day, and I have class, and I go out and get everything done, come home, sit down for like 20 minutes, pass out. I was not expecting it at all. I was like, all right, ready to go. Phone's up, tablet knocked out.
So he knocks out, but then like I could tell that when he read my text when he woke up, he was also a little woozy. Because he was like, y'all are filming from 10 to 8? I could do that. No problem. I was like, bro, we on right now. But no, seriously, man, just like always, we appreciate that you here. We appreciate, all the support that that you bring to the show because you be liking the TikToks. I be seeing that. Have you been paying attention? I know you've been asleep, but in the time that you were trying to get logged on, have you been noticing anything going on with the draft or
the draft the last like 20 minutes? They
just go out.
Okay, so the only surprise so far.
For a couple other places that were.
I'm sorry, say that again.
Assumingly in on Kirk Cousins.
Pretty much they followed the line I figured they would. The only issue that I have is Michael Penix should have been at 5.
Be a professional.
5, really?
5, yeah.
At least 2.
Why?
At least 2, right? I mean, if you
Michael Penix is the most like NFL-ready quarterback that they had this year.
I'm pretty worried.
Granted, he was in a division where he could like show people, hey, I'm a serious quarterback because Washington doesn't get the credit they deserve, especially when it comes to the receivers. But Michael Penix Jr. is a great athlete. The one time where he didn't do the greatest in the world was the national championship game, and he just ran into a bunch of dogs straight up.
No, that's fair. Now, real quick, nationwide, the pick is in.
Pick is in. Who is this? Who's picking?
It's the Falcons.
Yeah.
And the one,
no, it's the Bears.
That was the Bears. I'm sorry. And they took a wide receiver, Rome Oduzne, right? Is that how you say it, Ramon? Ramon is going to be our draft expert from here on out.
Mind you, I am no expert. We'll let everybody know that right now.
I guarantee you're going to know, just based on what you just said, about Michael Penix Jr., I guarantee you know way more than either myself or Judy. So you good? Okay, but what do you know about Rome Oduzne?
And there's a lot to like about Rome.
Oduzne is
really competitive. He's tough.
I don't know how best to describe him, but he's decent.
He's been their most dependable, one of the most dependable players.
He's dependable. He gets the job done. He makes things happen. But I mean, it's just about keeping him balanced. I feel like he's one of the more headstrong players, and it's about keeping him balanced on and off the field.
I don't think I've ever heard a more lukewarm description of a first-round pick. He's decent.
Where is he from?
Once again, I say this.
What school?
The Bears have a good defense with Eberflus. Only going to get better. They have weapons.
I'm so sorry.
They have a line.
They might have the best.
That's okay. Do you not? If you don't know, just say you don't know. We can look it up.
Sorry, I'm seeing him right now. He's getting sent to Cincinnati, but he's from Washington.
Wait, he's getting sent to Cincinnati? They traded him? Oh, they traded him nationwide. The trade is in.
Yeah.
The Jets were on the clock. They have traded.
Wow.
On this 2024 NFL draft.
Jets traded up and It's just all kind of madness going on right now.
With the Vikings.
Oh, here comes J.J. McCarthy. JJ's about to get taken off. I don't understand why. Ramon, do you understand why JJ is such a big deal?
For the simple fact that he was in Michigan at a time where their head coach was seen as the villain. And they just wanted to play great for him. But on top of that, he sits in the pocket. He makes sure he reads everything downfield before he reads short. And he delivers the ball faster than a lot of other quarterbacks that are in the draft right now.
Yeah, so they had to.
Okay, I'll give you that. Because to me, that's honestly, that is the most
they move one pick. So
analysis of him from a technical aspect that I've heard. The other things that I've been hearing are he's Kirk Cousins-like. And he has a winning pedigree, which I get it. Don't get me wrong. I understand why you would want someone like a Kirk Cousins, right? But that doesn't mean you take him in the first 10 picks of the draft.
Agreed. It's not something I would have done, but I mean, I understand that kid does his job very well. He's coachable. He likes to push to the next level. I mean, his eyes are always downfield. He's not worried about getting sacked or his pocket folding.
Sorry, I did the wrong thing as the host. Hold all those thoughts, because when he does get picked later on tonight, you're going to have to say all the same stuff over, and then I'm going to be like, we already fucking heard this, okay? That's on me.
129 and 157 to the Jets. In return,
okay, so going back to Michael Penix, though, I do know, and I didn't do the research on it, but I do know that he dealt with a lot of injuries in his career. So what were those injuries, and why are they such a concern? Well, we'll probably know when we know what they are.
His injury concerns were like his back and shoulder area. They didn't think he was going to come back and be able to throw a football the same way. They didn't think he was going to be consistent the same way. And he did. He rehabbed. He did what he needed to. He got back on the field. He got at it. That's just what he loves to do.
Well, no, I can understand being concerned with a back and a shoulder, even if it's your non-throwing shoulder. I can understand the trepidation. But no, honestly, I was hoping that Penix would fall down the draft to the Seahawks, because I'm a Seahawks fan.
Hopeful thinking there for you.
Yeah. Whatever. Let's see what the Cowboys do. Okay. Their big move of the draft is they're going to sign Ezekiel Elliott.
Because Penix is like an older guy. He's a 23, 24-year-old.
You didn't even know there were talks about it.
You're right.
I saw a meme the other day that said the Cowboys aren't picking up anybody and this other stuff, and then they had Spencer James from the All-American show as a meme, and they were like, the Cowboys have selected.
Guess who? J.J. McCarthy.
It was funny. I couldn't hold back on it at all.
No, there goes JJ.
Pick is in.
There goes JJ.
So Ramon, give us some analysis as to why JJ McCarthy is so good.
Officially now.
He's a good quarterback. He's just short.
I already heard all this. Actually, I didn't hear that before. He's short. How tall is he?
Alabama.
I want to say 6'1". He's shorter than your average quarterback, which is about 6'2".
I'm just saying.
But I mean, great quarterbacks don't have to have a size requirement. I mean, look at Drew Brees. That man was 5'10", and he set records like crazy. It took Tom Brady some extra years just to stay in and break his records. So I mean, there's one. You got Doug Flutie, who was the shortest guy ever, at like 5'8.5".
I have to go back and look at this. I think Doug Flutie gets too much run, okay? Like, I think that he's more popular for having Flutie flakes and that keeping his brand out there than actually anything he did in the NFL. Like, because he got to the NFL, so he's already 75 times the athlete that I could ever dream of with my fat ass, right? But it's not like he won a Super Bowl. It's not like he won an AFC championship. I think he maybe won a couple playoff games, and that's fine. That's good for him. But that doesn't mean that he should get talked of in the annals of NFL history like he revolutionized the game. That's all I'm saying when we talk about Doug Flutie.
Understood.
Although, I will say, real quick, I will say he would do do this one throw where he would jump in the air because he was so fucking short. He'd jump in the air and throw it while he's in the air. If you can't go YouTube that, he's fucking worth the price of admission for that. Okay, Judy, go ahead.
No, I was going to say J.J. McCarthy is actually 6'3",
have a complete and have a 10-yard gain.
according to the Googles.
See, so
according to the Googles.
So Ramon probably looks at it the same way I do, right? Any height that they give you, take an inch and a half, 2 inches off.
Please.
Right? Because like I was saying earlier, Ramon, I don't know if you ever heard this story. Probably not. My dad was coaching on the team when they went to both Super Bowls for the Seahawks. And so after they won in New York, we go back to the hotel, and downstairs is the after party of the celebration. So as we're going down in the elevator, Russell Wilson and his at the time white wife get into the elevator. And I back up to the back of it because I want to give the Super Bowl winning quarterback all the room, right? But I swear to God, he says he is 5'10" on all of his stuff. I am 5'10". I saw the top of his head. So do with that what you will. So I'm just saying I agree with Ramon. He's probably like 6'1", 6'1.5".
He sees Isaac taking.
They gotta make it look good. They have to make it look good.
Good solid run.
I get so upset about and it's kind of a race thing, but it's not. I'm not trying to make it one. But I get so upset when a white quarterback like J.J. McCarthy, who has a bunch of B+ tools, I'm not even gonna say A-, a bunch of B+ tools, gets taken in the top 10. Right? Are we still in the top 10? Sure.
Yes.
Gets taken in the top 10, but it takes a generational athlete like Lamar Jackson, and I get it, different player because he's more rough around the edges with quarterbacking and throwing, but still a generational athlete. The Ravens had to trade back into the first round to get him. So that's when I'm like, what are we doing, people? Like, can we just be honest about some certain things? And I understand that the Vikings have a need and all this stuff, but I don't know. Like I said, I'm not a big JJ guy.
What we like about JJ here is he's
Understood.
a winner.
I need to talk to you about understood. Hey, talk to you about understood.
And obviously, there's been a lot of.
I get it because you have that military thing, right? But for whatever reason, when we're texting and you say understood, I feel like my dad's talking to me like, I get it. Okay.
I'm sorry. When I text understood, it's from me not wanting to. It's from me not wanting to say Roger or like use military jargon. So that it doesn't throw people off, so I just text understood. My ex hates it.
You're good. You text me whatever you want, boo-boo. All I'm saying is this is my sickness. I have to let you know that what you're doing may bother me, even though I don't want you to change what you're doing.
Trust me, I get it.
Skills to go win in the NFL, but I am curious, Coach. When you look at a guy like J.J. McCarthy,
and then real quick, while we're in, the Jets are still on the clock. I just want to say, I don't know if you've watched the McAfee draft spectaculars in the past, Ramon. I feel like now that it's with ESPN, it's kind of boring. Not that they're not trying to be funny, but just like you can see they're obviously at the ESPN set. You can tell that that's where they did like First Take and Get Up and all those shows that I mentioned earlier. And as a result of that, on top of having Bill Belichick there, so you got to give him his shine. But just because that, it doesn't feel like as fun as it's felt in previous years.
And it all comes down to whatever network you're on. They have stipulations, they have control. You can't say this, but you can't say this. We want to make sure that you're not.
I do think they're giving him a little more leeway because I think this broadcast specifically is only going on ESPN Plus and YouTube.
YouTube.
But you're right. Like there's probably literally, they said, don't say fuck more than 3 times in the night, okay? You get 3 fucks.
They did it. The Vikings selected J.J. McCarthy.
Yeah, we said that already.
So that I'm lagging over here.
Yeah, that's why I said, Ramon, that's why I said, okay, now that he's been picked, give us some J.J. McCarthy analysis.
I was like, I know he's been traded up, but yeah.
And that's when you said he was short.
Damn.
Oh.
All offense.
Now, yeah.
All right, you guys can.
I'm looking at
gonna be the first one that stands up.
The most amount of definitely
6'1".
Definitely 6'1". Wait, so which draft are you watching? Like which program?
Remember, Michael Penix was only like
I'm watching
130 a week ago.
Is it the official one, like the NFL? Okay.
He was the 4th quarterback. Instead, he finds a perfect home.
So right now, it's still the Jets are on the clock. So we're going to round out the top 10.
Quarterback heavy. Like if you want to be good at quarterback, you go hang out with Kevin O'Connell and you throw the ball to Justin Jefferson. But another huge addition too, they had Aaron Jones. Like you got to.
Is Aaron Rodgers like retiring anytime soon? Do we know this?
You got a guy who's not afraid
Let's
to
hope
hand the ball off every single play. Like
I don't know how many more years he can handle getting hit the way that he's been getting hit.
Yeah, like is he coming back?
Do I still have a show?
He's a great.
Are you guys taking me off the show and it's just the conversation with Judy and Ramon instead of Judy and
Why
Ryan?
would we do that? See, you do this every time. And
yeah.
It sounds like you're upset that I'm trying to take Judy from you. That's not the case.
I'm not upset about you take. Okay, no, that's the thing, Ramon. I don't give a shit about Judy. Okay. Judy is just the girl, the flavor of the week. But my show is my
call me the flavor of the week.
Okay, you take my show from me. If you take that from me, I will. No, of course I don't actually.
Why would I take the show from you?
Because I'm just scared. Okay, I'm just scared.
I think everybody loves him that's ever met.
Also, I am sorry, Judy. I only said you were the flavor of the week for effect. I honestly, I don't feel that way.
I know.
I mean, that's
I know. But you can let the audience know as well.
I just did. I
know, that's what I'm saying. Just saying. All right, so we were talking about Aaron Rodgers and how is he coming back or is he not coming back?
Oh yeah, he's coming back. He's back. They got rid of Zach Wilson, so they don't have they didn't really have another option with Zach Wilson, but they're going all in. Because we were talking about how Mike Williams just left the Chargers. I don't know if you heard, he just got to the Jets. It's weird how that works, huh?
I hate how you say it.
Because he wasn't asked.
Well, they got Tyrod Taylor now.
I was listening to somebody on ESPN earlier today talking about
I mean, honestly, look, Tyrod, I think he's been put into a lot of bad situations. I would want him as my backup any day of the week. And don't get me wrong, I don't want it to be another situation in which A-Rod goes down with an Achilles and now you have Tyrod for even half a season or anything. But if we're talking like 1-2 games, I'm good riding with Tyrod.
With the Minnesota Vikings.
Oh, nationwide, the pick is in.
The Jets are picking.
No.
We're letting you know. We're letting you know who it is, Ramon, because I think you're.
Ramon, how do you feel about J.J. McCarthy?
4. Aaron Rodgers,
who is this man? Another tackle. Tackle.
So that's good though, because that's what they need to protect Aaron Rodgers, right, Ramon?
Olumuyiwa. Fashanu.
They shore up the offense a little bit for old Aaron Rodgers in that offense time.
Do we know anything about this offensive tackle?
To be honest, no.
That's fine. What we do know is that the Jets needed an offensive tackle because they got the one dude from the Cowboys.
Yeah, which is why.
Right, so you got him.
Tyron Smith.
Yeah, Tyron Smith, who is excellent but constantly injured. They brought in another offensive tackle on top of the other talent that they brought in. But yeah, these guys are probably going to get injured, so they needed someone to back him up.
They just need that veteran leadership, and that's probably why they acquired.
Top 15 pick pick
Yeah,
last
linebacker
year.
for the Cowboys.
Goes back to Penn State.
Yeah,
Now Penn
Tyron.
State
I honestly, look, I'm not saying he doesn't bring that, right? I honestly feel like I'm dialed into the NFL, okay? The only reason Belichick is on that stage is because I made a phone call and I said, hey, you get Bill on that stage tonight.
We got a chance to meet him and his family
But
college game days.
I honestly think because they did that with Mike Williams, they did it with Tyron Smith. I feel like there's another free agent or two that they brought in. Odell Beckham Jr. Did he go to the Jets?
That's supposed to end in a
Maybe. Either way, I feel like there's another free agent out there that they did that are constantly injured. I honestly feel like the Jets are just like, look, we got Aaron for one more year. We're going all in and just crossing our fingers.
Tyron Smith from the Cowboys.
Your favorite coach, is he gonna make a comeback this season on?
He better.
our show?
He's getting fired. The Rob Sala's better not only make the playoffs, they better make the AFC Championship, or Bill Belichick is going to be coaching the Jets next year.
I don't doubt that at all.
Wouldn't that be a crazy story?
Ooh, that would be crazy.
Well, especially because Ramon, I'm guessing you know the backstory of Bill Belichick, right? Judy, do you know that backstory?
No.
Thank God I get to explain it. Actually, Ramon, you're the guest. You explain it.
I want to hear your take because my take is funny.
Let's go down to the draft board that we have.
So,
Diggs in our war room.
Bill Belichick is coaching the Browns, and he gets fired from the Browns, and he comes to a deal with the Jets to be their next head coach. He comes from the Bill Parcells tree, who also coached in New Jersey, so it seemed like it would be perfect. And then, right as he's supposed to take the job, something happened, and I don't know exactly what it was, but they fucked up. They fucked up good and hard, and he wrote on a cocktail napkin, I quit, and handed it to the guy, the boss, I don't know if it's the GM or the owner or what, and went and took the job with the Patriots and made them the greatest franchise of our lifetime.
The first round left on offense, just Brock Bowers and Fuaga from,
so that's why it would be so ironic if
for him to go, okay.
Because not only would he be going to that team that that he hated, playing with the Patriots in the same division, right? So he hated them, and he took it against them every single time. I think Bill Belichick, until his last year there, was like 50-4 against the Jets or something like that.
It was an outrageous number, I can guarantee that.
Right? So, so not only would he go there, but then he also then gets to play the Patriots twice a year and beat the piss out of Drake May's big white ass.
Oh my God.
If we go back to the board for a minute, I think this is a very realistic.
So that's kind of what I hope happens. The rumors are either the Jets or the Bills are where he would prefer to go.
There's 4 or 5
Interesting. Why would he want to do that?
Well, the Jets, I think specifically because they have a good defense, and he'd be able to beat the shit out of the Patriots. And the Bills because they have Josh Allen, and he'd be able to beat the shit out of the Patriots.
Like, wouldn't he want to go somewhere warm?
No. Why would he want something warm?
Clearly not.
Did you see him when he was walking naked out in the streets of Boston? He doesn't give a shit. It was like -4 degrees. He's walking around in his underwear. He is like, that's a warm day to him.
Looking at who are the best available players?
Bill Belichick's dad used to coach at West Point. Okay, this is a man who has only known military harshness for his entire life. He went from having a coach at West Point to coaching in Cleveland to having to coach in New England. Like, it's been nothing but fucking weather warfare on this man.
Nothing but cold.
Really want Knicks.
So I mean, what, you think he's gonna go to Miami?
and not
How
take him at this
slow
spot.
is our stream? Just because I already know who the Broncos picked on Twitter or Twitch.
Maybe on the draft strategy.
Well, I mean, we're probably at
Did they pick Bo Nix?
But if nobody else was going to take him, you could move back.
Yeah, they did.
No, we gotta wait. Okay, everyone get off Twitter. Everyone get off Twix. Okay, we're doing this together.
He's not. He's watching a different stream.
Right now, it's on a commercial. It's not even.
It's
on.
fine. He's
on
watching
hold.
the actual draft. Okay.
Top of the first round.
So, and he's the expert. So, Ramon,
Because
just do me a favor. If somebody gets selected, don't say anything. And then when we say, oh my God, then you can come in just like the other experts do on the actual shows. Be like, I had no idea that Bo Nix was getting selected. He's out of Oregon. I like the cut of his jib. A little short, but the footwork in the pocket. Oh my goodness.
But Bowers,
right? We're going to make it. We're going to fake it. We're going to
he
fake
can
it
do
till we
everything.
make it, guys.
Unless you need
We're a
defensive
professional
player. You can't
broadcasting system.
There you go.
But if you
I love this for us.
this might not be a bad time, depending on how you feel.
I like how
about
all
the
these
rest of the
stupid
board.
hats are still there, just so. I mean, obviously it was for marketing, but just so they could do that stupid Oz the Mentalist bit.
That one bit, and then they don't do it anymore.
There is also a chance that they take Bo Nix here as opposed to maybe rolling the dice and going back.
So, okay, how about this, Ramon? If you were the Broncos, are you taking Bo Nix, or are you going a different way?
We got Stidham. Maybe we like a quarterback.
Bo Nix. For me, Bo Nix was top 3.
We'll go with the number 1 weapon.
Ooh, really? Top 3.
It was Penix, Bo Nix, and then JJ McCarthy. That would have been my top 3 for the draft.
See, okay, real quick then, I gotta ask, why not Caleb Williams?
Because I don't trust USC quarterbacks. As much as they are revered and loved, when they go to the next level, they are not seen the same way, and they don't see the game the same way. So it really falters down in a bad way.
How? Oh yeah, Bo Nix made it. We'll talk more about him, Oregon, in a second. But wait a minute, okay, because he's not. I get it. He played at USC this year, but he's not a USC quarterback. He's an Oklahoma quarterback. He played at Oklahoma for what, 2+ years. His coach at Oklahoma the entire time is the coach that went over to USC. Like, I get what you're saying because Matt Leinart, right? We were all there for that.
It's not just Matt Leinart.
Sad.
It's Matt Leinart.
Carson was good. You can't give me Carson.
Of all the quarterbacks, the highest rated from the pocket.
Like, I'm not saying he was a Hall of Famer, but like he had a good NFL career. He made it to a Super Bowl.
Let me rephrase. If they're a standout at USC, they will not be in the pros.
75% completion percentage, and it's
because Mark Sanchez, Matt Leinart, those two were huge standouts. They were the guys. They lived that California lifestyle. They got to the pros, and it did not translate well at all.
So you would say that
he's experienced.
Carson,
probably pretty close.
Palmer.
Yeah, Carson Palmer. Sorry, in my head, I said Carson so much that Carson Wentz flipped, and I was like, that motherfucker went to South Dakota State. Okay. But you're saying that Carson,
where is he these days?
He's in Kansas City, backing up Mahomes.
Yep.
Oh,
really?
Look, it's Aaron Rodgers.
It's Aaron Rodgers. Wow.
On the show.
Look at that porn stash.
I know.
Stupendous.
Like he dropped one man.
But would you not say, and I'm not going to try and set you up with a trap card from Yu-Gi-Oh, but would you not say that as someone who won a Heisman, that he was not a standout, and he went number 1 overall in the draft?
Did you see what he did in the pros?
Yeah, and like I said, I'm not going to sit here and say he was a Hall of Famer, but I would say that he had a legitimately good, especially up until he ripped his knee to shreds before that became an okay thing. I think he had a legitimately good career, and later in his career when he was teamed up with Bruce Arians, I remember because he beat the shit out of my Seahawks, they had a couple good runs where I think they either made it to an NFC championship or the actual Super Bowl that year.
And that was after how many years of him being in the league?
Yeah, I do. Aaron,
no, look,
it took
I'm
them
not.
how long to have that kind of faith in him to do that?
Don't do the thing where I'm talking about something very specific and you're hopping and hopping. I'm not sitting and saying that USC quarterbacks are God's gift to men. I'm not saying that Carson Palmer should have been Tom Brady. I'm just saying that you could say he had a substandard career for being a #1 overall pick and a Heisman winner. I'll give you that. But I think he had a decent enough career with enough accolades.
I did want to correct you.
What the fuck was that? Did you buzz me? Did one of you fuckers buzz me on my show?
No, I think that was Ramon.
Probably.
AJ, I love the teeth.
But going back to my actual point, Caleb is, in my opinion, not a USC quarterback. He just happened to play at USC for the final year of his career.
Understood. But at the end of the day, whenever you transfer schools, you have to learn that system. You have to learn that jargon. You have to be able to
but that's
understand what you're doing.
I'm not trying to interrupt you because I know that that's very rude. And my caveat to that before you go on that whole thing, he didn't though. Because the coach with him in Oklahoma is the same coach that went with him to USC. Like Lincoln Riley was in Oklahoma, and then Lincoln Riley transferred, and Caleb said, "Hold on, I'm coming, Dad."
So excited to.
Okay.
Yeah,
okay. Can we
All right, sorry.
Can we move on?
Ramon and I will both die on this Caleb Williams hill. No.
Yeah, like, okay, because Ramon's team is on the clock.
Fair enough. Ramon, who do you want them to draft?
Who do you want to draft?
Honestly, we need a tight end.
I love our tight end.
There's only like 2 or 3 I can think of. But
Isn't the one guy out of Cincinnati, I think?
Tight end,
he's decent.
Okay.
The one that I'm looking at for us would be Brock.
We drafted late.
Brock Bowders,
Brock
something like
Bowders.
that.
Yeah.
But he's a tight end in Georgia. Real good dude, 3-time All-American. Like he is definitely what we need.
So that, I know I said Cincinnati, that's the guy I was thinking of, because there was a rumor that the Jets might stupidly take him.
Yeah.
Excited about
but I think he would be a great pick.
So you're fine, because I don't even think if there are there any quarterbacks left?
Selected by the Las Vegas Raiders.
I think there's 2.
Highest man left on the
nationwide, the pick is in, but you're okay.
Yep.
Oh, they took him! Yeah, they took him! Let's go!
Up in wine country.
Who's gonna throw to him?
Yeah, who's
That
throwing
is a
it?
great question. That is a great question. We haven't gotten there yet. We've not gotten that far yet. Don't worry.
Okay. Look, and on this, I'm not talking trash, but can we be honest and just say that your quarterback has maybe the worst nickname in all of football?
At some point, maybe during
the Raiders have always had the worst at everything, and somehow they still do the best with it. So it is what
Wait,
it is.
who's their quarterback?
AOC, Aaron O'Connell.
Maybe you'll bring in the Glazer.
He does work.
I have no idea who that is.
Well,
he's somebody who plays into the system, and that was what the Raiders needed.
I'm not
Somebody to just be in the system.
What happened with Jimmy G? He was so fun.
Okay, hey,
every female says that. Every single one. My sister was like, Jimmy G is fine as hell. We don't care if you can play football.
I loved our conversation.
2 things, Ramon. One, if you could tilt your camera up, because I see almost more of the desk than I see of you at this point, if that's possible.
I was back in July for last week.
Second, I mean,
he wants to see your face, Ramon.
Yeah.
Look here.
The running's been really good. Feeling good.
Look here, young lady. We're not going to play these games.
Yeah. I'm just going to keep saying yeah until.
And all the things I need.
I forgot what I was talking about.
Okay, sorry. So Jimmy G being fine. That's where we kind of started here.
Oh yeah, no, he's fine. He's fine. He's fine with. Okay, you're good with AOC for now. You think that he plays in the system. We'll see.
I mean, that was what the Raiders needed for the longest time. I love Derek Carr. To me, he's a great quarterback. He's not one of the greatest, but he was one of the better ones in the league. He was consistent, and on top of that, he knew how to lead. And I think that was a very rare commodity at the time. And the Raiders aren't going to have another quarterback like that for at least 2 more years. So, with that being said, even if we drafted a quarterback this year, there's nobody out of this draft that can really lead in that way besides Michael Penix. And the Raiders knew well ahead of time they were not getting him. So it's about trying to find a veteran quarterback that's established that doesn't mind rebuilding.
Okay, so you're not saying, I got confused on that. You're not saying that they should stick with AOC, the worst nickname in football. You're saying that they should still try and go out and find a veteran to, at the very least, back him up for part of the season and then maybe take that job over later on. Okay.
Somebody that he can learn from throughout the season. Yeah.
Okay. That makes a lot of sense, actually. Because you guys have too much talent on the offensive side of the ball. You got Devontae, you got Brock Bowers. I was going to say Josh Jacobs, but he gone.
Yeah, Jacobs is gone. My favorite tight end is gone, which was Darren Waller.
Did you hear what happened?
Yeah, between him and KP. Yeah, this is Vegas. That dude travels fast.
Because she posted it on Instagram. That's why it traveled so fast.
But it travels even faster in Vegas when it comes to that. Everybody's like, what? Like, as much as I love and care about Darren Waller, KT is the shining star of Las Vegas right now.
Oh, 1,000%.
Yeah,
like
100.
Like my dad used to make jokes like the Aces are winning championships. Her husband, they're struggling to win a division championship. So she's always going to be revered, and that's literally just how it is.
To be fair, the Aces don't have to play against Patrick Mahomes, okay? Like,
you're not wrong. But
you're not wrong.
Now they have to play against Sabrina Ionesco. They had to play against Diana Taurasi for all years. They've had to play against actual female superstars. So as far as I'm concerned, the Las Vegas Aces are doing what they're supposed to do as an organization and as a team. With that being said, Caitlin Clark is coming in, and everybody is giving her the highest praise. They got something for that ass. As great as Caitlin Clark is, let's be real. She's playing in a women's division with a bunch of nobodies. And as much as she has done, even when LeBron James came out and he was playing in a division of nobodies and putting up 40-point games, 50-point games, and they were still losing in the playoffs, people gave him shade. People gave him shit. People were just sick. So, as far as I'm concerned, Caitlin Clark, great athlete. Great top tier women's female athlete. Is it going to translate? That's a big question mark for me. Because as far as I'm concerned, she's playing a lot taller female. She's playing a lot better athletes, and she's playing a lot better teams than she's seen in a while.
Prospect. We need to get O's back out here because O's the mentalist has done numerous things.
So I don't disagree with everything you're saying.
And we need to always have fucking eyes on this guy.
I in fact agree. Oh God, he's back. The Oz Master is back.
Oh my God. No.
No, I'll put it this way, okay? If Caitlin Clark played, I would say a 3 through the 5. I would understand more of what you're talking about. And the reason I say that is because she's a jump shooter, right? So while it is true that physicality can affect her play and everything like that, it's not going to be as much in her face as it would be if she had to get down on the block. Right? So that's the only reason. And look, I've watched less women's college basketball than I've watched college football, and we all know how much knowledge I've had today. But my point is the things that I have seen. It looks like she reminds me of a female version of a Steph Curry, right? And I get that I'm not the only one who's had that comp. But my point in saying that is, we all thought the exact same, and I hate this fucking player, but he's been good enough to make the All-Star team a couple times. We all thought Trae Young was going to be garbage, right? Tiny guy who just shoots it from the logo. And look what happened. He became, like I said, an All-Star. So I think the fact that she is a shooter specifically will make her transition a tad easier than it would if we played in either a more physical era or if she had a more physical position.
Agree. I will say about the physicality, they are in a very physical era. I've been to Las Vegas Aces games. Like, I try to go when I can, especially if I can afford it. Tickets sometimes aren't so cheap, and then sometimes tickets are affordable. I kid you not, they get physical. They love getting in the paint, doing stuff like the guys. They get in the box. They get work.
So, my apologies. I was not, and I am glad you said that. I wasn't implying that female basketball is unphysical. I was implying that the era of basketball that we are in, both men's and women's professional, is a less physical era than it would have been in previous generations.
Absolutely.
Right? Nationwide, the pick is in.
Who's picking next?
I have no idea.
The New Orleans Saints.
Oh, the Saints.
Okay.
The white one?
Oh, they're still doing this stupid magic trick. I don't care. Oz, break. Okay, they took Talise Fuaga.
Ready?
Ramon,
another offensive tackle.
Ramon, give me a hot 16 on Talise Fuaga.
A hot 16 on Talise Fuaga. Great athlete, great hands, great feet. Knows how to push upfield to get to the quarterback. Just all around gets off the ball and takes what he has in front of him and moves it out of the way so he can get to the quarterback. Not even in a general sense. If he has to pick somebody up and drive it into the quarterback, he will do it. I've seen it. It's wild.
So, can I just say how much I loved listening to you speak just then? Because while it was full of analysis, there were things that you can actually grab onto. It was also so much coach talk.
Yeah.
Good hands, good feet, gets up the field. Like, but that's what I'm saying. You did back it up with analysis in there. I'm not trying to say. And also, when we're talking about, and I think this is something that I take for granted, just having a coach as a dad, I understand what you mean when you're saying good hands and good feet. Like, he's got good hand skills. He's able to do some hand fighting. His feet are very technically sound with his tactics and his step backs and everything. You're not really going to get him off balance really easily. But that's what I'm saying. Like, without having my background, I'm just hearing good hands, good feet. All right, so, like, he hadn't stubbed his toe lately.
No. He works very well with his hands. He knows how to get things done. His feet are very sturdy in the sense that if he's got somebody coming at him, he's going to anchor in, stand his ground, and protect what's his. He's a great lineman.
Now I'm just imagining this guy, especially with his fucking New Zealander name. I'm just imagining him as like a Maui warrior, like
pretty much
standing over, and he's just standing over Derek Carr. He's like, he's a mighty woman. Because he protects what's his.
Yes, he does.
Oh my god.
Ooh, so we are up 14 draft picks, and there has not been a defensive pick yet, which is the most, just letting y'all know.
How do you feel about Dejon Cooper possibly becoming the first starting white cornerback since like 94?
I honestly think that's phenomenal. To be considered that, or to push that boundary, I think is unimaginable at this point. I think there's a stigma that white guys can't do this, black guys can't do this, or they can do this, but they can't do certain aspects of it. I think that football has evolved to the best player will play in 100%. And I think that should translate to every sport. It shouldn't matter what race, color, creed, sexuality you are, or not sexuality, sexual preference you are. But there's certain things that need to translate generationally, and that is one of them. As a white DB with a black DB, it doesn't matter. As long as he can make the coverages he needs to, I think that's great.
I really am upset with you right now because wait, pause. I'm upset with you right now because I wanted to make some stupid jokes about half the things you just said. I wanted you to get me some good information, and then I would say dumb jokes about the rest of it. And then you went and said something so goddamn eloquent and like really well thought out. And I just honestly, I really do appreciate those words because you're right. We as a society do need to just be more accepting of the fact that people from different areas of life can be excellent from when you don't think they're going to be, right? Because it's the same reasoning that kept black people from being quarterbacks, which has led to the disparity of black coaches in the NFL and all these things. And look, I'm not saying that as like a Black Lives Matter guy. I'm saying that as a point of fact. Like, go do the research, you know? So yeah, no, like, and the fact that, now I will say, the accepting all sexualities, you might want to be careful with that one.
That's exactly why I rephrased.
No. Oh, wait, what'd you rephrase it to? Sexual preference?
Yes.
Okay, yeah, still. Only because, like, I be on that MSN portal a lot, and I swear every day there is a new, I'm an I'm ex-sexual, right? There's for, like, people who are only attracted to strangers. Basically anything that's a kink, they have now turned into a sexuality. So that's why just be careful with that. You might want to do a little more research. And not that you're not well researched, but you know what I'm saying. So you just saying.
Yeah.
And that was why I changed. That was why I rephrased it, because as far as I'm concerned, there's that issue of
how come we're not burning that guy at the stake?
Without being so crass, but like specifically like trans in sports. I feel like there should be their own division because
I'm happy we did that.
They want to compete. It's not that they aren't human beings. It's not that they aren't people who want to take over. It's the fact that they want to compete. And there's nothing more endearing in athletics than somebody who just wants to compete, no matter what their orientation is. And I think that needs to be addressed as well.
Completely agree. The only issue I've ever had with trans in sports is letting men who had transitioned to women compete against women. And the reason for that is just because of, biology and bone density and natural testosterone that they had in their body up until that transition put them, especially at like a collegiate level, in a much better position physically than their counterparts. But yeah, I never had an issue with the opposite transition, like women transitioning to I never had an issue with females that had transitioned to men competing against men, right? They put themselves technically at a disadvantage. If they want to compete, go for it. What you're saying about sectioning them off to their own section, I think that's a little backwards. I mean, you just want to put them in a room by themselves, but I get it. I get what you're saying.
I think they should have their own specific division to be able to compete so that they can show what they have as well.
I know. I'm just, like I said, I have to make stupid jokes. All right. Nationwide, your pick is in. And, we have another Hawaiian.
Oh, our first defensive player. Woo!
Obviously, he passed.
Okay, do you know anything about this man?
UCLA edge rusher. He's decent size.
This guy's really versatile. He's a good football
as far as his feet, he's probably got to work on it a little bit, especially in the division he's about to go to. But he's got decent hands. When he pushes up the field, he pushes up the field deep enough to where he can get the quarterback he can. But
from a medical standpoint,
his edge skills frighten me a little bit. If a quarterback is fast enough, like a Lamar, like anybody that's actually got great speed, he can get burned back.
Yep, absolutely. I know Bill loves that term, edge rusher. Something I kind of,
going back to our USC quarterback talk.
What does that mean?
You know who you forgot to throw in my face?
Who?
And I don't care. I'll burn on this cross. The worst of them, Samuel fucking Darnold.
Yeah, again, another SC quarterback that just didn't pan out.
Forgot about him.
Because in my head, I was like, well, all the other quarterbacks were under Pete Carroll, but who was coaching in the in between? And I remembered Samuel. I see Ghost Darnold. Oh my.
Yeah, Lane Kiffin, under Lane Kiffin. Yeah.
Lane Kiffin. Yeah.
Somebody get that trash off the table, okay? Somebody make it happen.
Sorry.
No, it's her house. I respect. All right, I'll clean. I got stuff to pick up off my table. It's fine.
The best defensive player in this draft. Obviously,
your Seahawks are on the clock.
Oh, let's go. Who are we gonna get?
We don't have so many.
Seahawks are on the
Let me
clock.
ask
Who
you
did
this.
you lose?
Who did you guys get already?
You know, kind of find out what the Colts
Last year we went wide receiver with JSN.
3 technique, UCLA, 6'5", 265.
yeah, there's a
So
lot.
this year you might go
Honestly,
tight end.
I don't know,
you might
because
go
last year we had one of those sneaky John Schneider drafts where like he hit on a lot of late draft picks, like he did the year that he brought in like Sherm and all those guys.
Really athletic too.
So
I
we got a couple good players. They're all escaping me right now because I've been smoking medicine and not paying attention to football for the last 2 weeks.
You're ridiculous.
And like I said, my biggest hope was somehow that Penix would fall. Because I also didn't see J.J. McCarthy getting taken at 9, right? Or no, that's not fair. I didn't see Bo Nix going at 10 or whatever. So I don't know what is what right now.
I told you, top 3 are Penix, Nix, and McCarthy. So
I'm not disagreeing with you. I'm just telling you like what the ESPN idiots say. Okay, remember.
No.
Sports. Remember sports, man.
Oh, Ramon, while we have you here, I wanted to start a fantasy football league this season for the podcast folks. Would you be interested in joining our league?
How badly are you guys willing to lose? That's the real question.
Oh, you already remember
he's
from
already
how
talking
I was
smack.
in old leagues. I get my ass beat in every fantasy football that we do. So
look, all I know is I am going to win best team name because I do every year.
I also feel like you. I feel like you be like you're like that person. You're like Bradley Cooper this year, who went around interviewing for the Oscars so that he would be a bigger favorite. Like I think that you make a name and then you go around talking to everybody like, oh my God, I made this name. This is the backstory of the name. This is why I like this name. This is why you should like this name. Tell everybody how great this name is, and then you go on to the next one so that by the time the voting actually comes around, we're all brainwashed. Well, of course Judy would get it.
So yeah, so that's our plan. We're gonna have a podcast.
Hey, I'm all for it.
Okay, perfect. Just make sure you're on time for the draft. You know,
Wow.
don't put it on auto draft, sir.
I'm gonna auto draft. All I ever do is auto draft.
Why would you do that?
I mean,
At least your
that's
first
my
3 picks, you
thing.
don't auto draft. If you auto
That's
draft,
what I
it's like
always
a
do. The last time I was in a fantasy league, I think you might have been in it. My team was called the Auto Drafters.
Made plays. The medical
I
seemingly
think
not that big
no.
of Chris Ballard on
I had no.
here in a few
I
minutes.
wasn't in that one, but I heard about
Okay.
it. David told me.
You heard about it.
They did this nigga.
I was like, what?
I heard about the auto drafters.
Hey, I still was because I still was top 3. Okay, auto drafted, still maybe top 4 actually.
Yeah, because I bet you probably traded your ass off to get into that top 4.
Of course I did, but also I would have been top 3, but stupid.
10 o'clock, okay?
No, I'm gonna say it. Fuck it. I'll play the disclaimer. Stupid ass DeMar Hamlin had to get the game taken away. Hold on.
The thoughts, opinions, and expressions of Clownboy Ryan in no way reflect those of Judy herself, the A Conversation with Judy and Ryan podcast, or parent company Take a Breath Productions. All rights reserved. Copyright 2020.
Okay, like other than him having a cardiac arrest, I had the tight end. I was killing it.
Wow.
And then it got taken away. Honestly, it was fun. The 2 people who played in the championship that year, like, they actually put like all of their sweat and time into it, so they deserve it more than me. You don't want the auto. Like, nobody wants the auto. I would have been the most hated team to ever win. Nobody wants the auto drafters to actually win the championship.
You're not wrong.
Wow.
You're not wrong.
$100 million contract.
I'm gonna move locations real quick. Give me 1 second.
Okay.
Okay.
We'll see you soon.
Here, I'm gonna. There we go.
Tom Brady over Drew Bledsoe.
I guess we can get back to the watch along now instead of just talking. How long is this fucking draft?
Yeah, I know. We have been on for 2 hours already, right?
Okay, well,
a huge story.
Hold on. I hope it doesn't.
I should say, how long do you want to continue watching it?
You have to make that decision.
Well, I made a commitment to our fans, okay? Hold on.
Now, did our fans make a commitment to us?
I'll release it in sections, okay? I think I might have to if it's this long.
Whatever was best for the team, you know. I mean, look, there's loyalty to the players.
I told you to take bathroom breaks.
I know, I need to go potty.
That's what it comes.
Fuck.
So there's a fuck you, AJ.
I just Googled it. The first round of the NFL draft usually lasts.
Is it 4 hours?
4 hours. But it all depends on the number of trades and how quickly teams make their picks. If each team took a full 10 minutes allotment to make their pick, the first round would be at least 320 minutes or 5 hours and 20 minutes.
So cool right now, Chris. The hair, the jawline, you look awesome.